ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Puck.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remain. Dire team pick.
Death prophet.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Monkey King.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
To play a tiebreaker versus who was it? Not
PuckChamp and
Hellraisers, yes, yeah. Hellraisers, yeah. So if they
also PuckChamp, right? If they all three tie, then
also PuckChamp potentially. If PuckChamp loses their match here, which is definitely going to be possible moving on, as they're going to be playing Thursday. But welcome to Minor League Monday, of course. This is when we take a look and we get the limelight for all of the up and coming talent here, and of course Winstrike is going to be one of those teams. Likely, depending on their performance here today, of course, as a win here is going to potentially secure themselves an upper division slot. In fact, I believe it would if they do win this game. There's no chance they don't make it to division, because the only way that someone could equal them is if that was going to be PuckChamp, but then there's only 2 teams at 6-1, and then those 2 teams would be getting promoted at the end of the season. So, yeah, this Winstrike lineup, they've been looking pretty solid through and through. Pantomime on the position 5, Cheshire Cat off lane, who is at the helm. You're a pretty big Cheshire Cat fan yourself, are you not?
Big Cheshire. Awesome player from the start. I mean, I've seen him started his career and he started getting praised a lot, particularly.
You like his Panda a lot, the Brewmaster as well?
I think his Brewmaster is great, but unfortunately I haven't seen. Been a couple. It's been okay.
Okay.
I think his Brewmaster is really powerful, but powerful as when Brewmaster used to be played as like a tempo. I think she should get off on like the tip. Right now he's played as too much, so it's not as effective a style of play. But I still do like when today we're gonna have him.
Yeah, and they're actually going to let through the normal heroes we see get banned out here versus RDO, as a lot of teams, including PuckChamp, including some up-and-coming teams as well, they'll go ahead and ban out. They'll usually ban out the Dusa. They like to ban TB here as well. Whereas for this time, of course, they're going to go ahead and let it through. They protected. I like what they've done here. Of course, they've got their second pick Monkey King or fourth pick overall in the draft, and then they also get a pick immediately after it, with 3 bans. So they get to protect it here, and then they pick the Monkey King to effectively ban out a big counter to the Mars, and then they pick right. Yep. Like it quite a bit. Sexy Fat Pango, though.
Or alternatively as well, because Monkey does suffer against Mars. So whereas Monkey wins that lane, Mars does win the mid game. Now Bait, as you answer response, Pango probably one of the better counters to Mars. Honestly, really solid. Like I like the lineup for Bait right now. Sexy Fat, I wouldn't say he's like his Pango doesn't super impress me compared to say Tabo's. I think some Pangos are a bit fats, but it'll do the trick. Is really solid against Mars though, very good against Monkey King. Well, we can also see it on Dendi. I think it is a really pretty good hero on Dendi as well. Not because of Dendi's play, not because of his pool heroes, rather because Dendi's playstyle really suits. And of course we're gonna get Airblade. Though this game, it's kind of justified.
I agree. It's a good TB game. My biggest concern for the TB is basically only going to be the Puck right now. I think Puck has a pretty decent matchup there in terms of actually, one, avoiding a lot of the damage, not just, of course, with Phase Shift and Waning Rift, but also with the Blink Daggers and just the general amount of ability that Puck has. Lots of burst magic as well early game. That's kind of scary for the TB. And, of course, carrying a Silence makes him either have a BKB or the Manta before he starts fighting, because we don't have a Dispel for him. Unlike Winstrike, we're going to pick up Oracle. Also, the Mars Arena potentially could be kind of deadly to him. If you set up the arena, of course, that'll block any projectiles from traveling in and out of it that are from enemies, of course. And that could be, again, potentially strong versus the team. Alrighty, we're going to be taking a look now as we get into our final stage of bans for Bait and Winstrike alike. Banning up the Ench, so they really want to try and secure that lane here for the side of Winstrike, making sure Cheshire Cat can get off to a good start. They do suspect, or maybe they want to anticipate the Dendi mid lane DP. Of course, this always could be the Pangolier as well in capacity, so we're going to have to keep that in mind. If it is going to be the DP5, I wouldn't mind, right? Because on the Shadow Shaman 4, I think it gets an appropriate amount of farm. I think this is a hero that kind of relies on being able to farm up an Aether Lens, at least to be useful. The Blink Dagger is always really nice on the Shaman as well. Whereas here for our supports for Winstrike, right, Oracle, he needs a little bit of farm, but not as much as a position 5 Shaman would be to be still just as impactful as before.
Like Winstrike is looking totally at picking up a 5, which is, banning out 5s, which is in the case of Bait would mean Death Prophet's played by Dendi, which is one of his better heroes, sure, but we've seen Death Prophet 5 a lot, and I feel like in this game as well, Death Prophet 5 gets to go against Mars. That's a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, I also kind of like the DP versus the Oracle. Good zoning there, of course. A nice Silence is going to force the Oracle to play a lot more defensively, because right now Oracle's kind of scared of all of these heroes that Bait have, right? Of course, Oracle dies to just about everything in the game, but, you know, one Hex could ruin your team fight if there's no False Promise. A Silence as well, Pango with the Rolling Thunder, of course, and TB just kills you before you can do anything if you're an Oracle.
Yeah. Here, if you pick a mid laner, say, I don't know, Void Spirit, for example, right?
Sure.
You have someone like Death Prophet that can run the Oracle down, but she's still a 5, and you have to like spear her out and waste your spells, whereas Void Spirit can actually catch him, you know? And then you have that duality to catch the Oracle, rather than running in DP mid, where Winstrike now has a much easier Pango. So, if I was Winstrike here, I might even consider going the off lane route as well. Mid lane route depends on where Monkey King is. and pick up something that could also deal with Pango. Like, Beastmaster's been kind of heroes to stop that role. As of now, you really don't have an answer.
Well, you could run something like the 4 Grimstroke
remaining.
here for Winstrike.
5 seconds.
I like that idea. 4 Grimstroke is pretty decent. I mean, you already have an Oracle that's 5, so you already carry a fair bit of save. Your lanes are strong regardless. You don't have much of a combo with the Grimstroke, but I don't think that matters.
I think it's nice in the lane though. Mars Grimstroke.
Yeah, it's a good lane.
Right, I mean, it could potentially punish a little bit of greediness out from RDO. You've got Mars with 1 level in Bulwark, can ignore a little bit of the damage during the Metamorphosis, and you can actually stick around in the lane longer. I like the idea. Winter Wyvern's going to be the pick for bait versus the Wyvern here. It's a bit scary, of course, having a couple of really heavy hitters here on the side of Winstrike, Puck, Monkey King, Mars to some extent. He's a strength hero. He gets a decent strength and decent damage. With Puck and Monkey King especially here are going to do quite a number.
Okay. We're saying that team fight, for example, instead of resetting the... Not great, because usually... Like, why would you pick, say, a Winter over a Vulcan, right? Tornado and as well, because in Winter Wyvern you can actually set up for your own team fight. But if there's an arena blood in the middle of that, man, you can't. I don't think it's the Wyvern. It's okay. Bait's draft is solid, but I don't think it's very much of this. And Winstrike has a very solid draft right now. Seeing this.
Yeah, I do like it for the lanes versus the TB. Arctic Burn is super effective at harassing early on. It's one of the probably the better like lane harassing tools, along with actually Metamorphosis. And having both of those paired together in one lane is actually quite dangerous here for Winstrike's off lane. Of course, balance being that they're both on extremely long cooldowns, and we're gonna go with the Willow Mars combo, one of the better terrorized combos in the game.
Yep. In addition to being a really strong lane, right? Because you have the Primal Mace plus the Spear of Mars combination. It's one of Yamich's better heroes as well. We've seen this done a lot. Actually, he does like the Dark Willow. I like this draft by Winstrike. It's very solid. Everything all around, you know. You also have the Dream Coil plus Terrorized combination, so you actually have 2 combos.
Yeah, 2 combos there. Yeah. True. A bit of an anti-synergy with the Monkey King ult, though, because if you hit him with that, they're going to run out of the ulti a bit faster.
Sure, but you
know, you've got Arena to keep him penned in.
Yeah, exactly. You do that or Dream Coil, and you get to keep him done.
Sure.
And keep him in the ult. I don't think that's too much of a worry. You also have like other combinations with the Monkey King Ultimate, Primal Maze, Crowd, which well to keep him inside. I think it suits this lineup really well. Winstrike has a really solid lineup. Everything about it is good. They have good save, good counter initiation, good initiation, nice little synergy, good lanes. Bait. I don't know. I feel like the Death Prophet flexing into mid was a bit of a blunder here. It weakened. The Death Prophet and Winter Wyvern do essentially the same thing, except now you have 2 heroes the same. Whereas you could have picked a mid laner that could. Now it's up to the Pango to deal with the Oracle. It's gonna be tough. I don't see really much of the point of RTO until it's like game either. Fuck Mars.
Yeah, I think the idea from Bait is to try and actually get faster start to RDO here in that top lane, because you do have a lot of kill potential, lots of damage between RDO and Duster here, especially with Metamorphosis up, but it's kind of a weak lane as long as meta's not available.
Yeah.
So that's my main concern. I think if you can kind of force Cheshire Cat to have a bad time in the lane, that's going to be a lot of your space creation down, and it's going to force Rabel to perhaps consider a different build, maybe the Blink instead of a Witchblade, for example, something like that, right? And try and shift around priorities. Strike. That can buy a little bit more space for your RDO TB, who we all know can carry you games if you get him the farm in the space.
That's the one thing as well this game. It is a game where if you go late enough, I wouldn't be surprised if RDO TB can just...
Yeah.
We've seen RDO to be in situations where he has bad matchups, like against Drow, for example, and you go, well, okay, even if this goes late, you might not win this. But in this game, you just need to withstand long enough, right? The problem as well I have with DP mid is that she is not good at doing this. Is a good hero to play from in front, not a good hero to play from behind in the mid position, of course. And that means that your only real lane cutting is relying on angle, right? Like, you don't even have a good dead laner. Maybe Shaman can kind of dead lane, yeah. Winter Wyvern can kind of dead lane with the Splinter Blasting.
Shaman with shards, I think, is pretty decent at it.
Once you get shard, like later on in the game, sure, a bit, but then at that point, Shaman dead laning means
Oh, of course, especially with a puck monkey.
Yeah, exactly.
It's relatively.
So that's the problem. You don't really have a support you can just go and say, stack yourself, in the dead lane. And you also don't have a core that can easily cut lanes. So by doing that, I feel like Winstrike, if they do at any point start to lead, it's going to be hard to take that lead off them until you get to a late game. And then at that point, it's in the hands of Winstrike.
Yeah, I agree with you. The only thing I will say I do like about the DP is it brought your lineup some much needed early game.
So this whole mess is
That's a big advantage I believe you have actually with this lineup.
Yeah, if you win early, dude, as bait, like keep that snowball.
Oh yeah,
for a
yeah.
fair
You can even probably bring in RDO and get a couple fights here.
Yeah. But that's a huge if though. Can you win early with your lane?
I think you do got a. I mean, you got a mid lane with a lot of positions. I didn't even see Durach there. Actually, he even juked me.
It was the courier.
He was the courier, and Duster is going to drop for first blood. He's going to find 4 enemy heroes, and down he goes. Going straight for what looks like to be the orb of corrosion here as well for Diracho. Like to see that.
The Winter Wyvern pick, unfortunately, is just also not very. Like as you said, yeah, it harasses your lane. It's just not that powerful.
No, you're
you
right.
Splinter Blast and you Arctic Burn a bit, and that's all you could really.
And there's just no save potential there. They might need one for the Monkey King, as it looks like he might drop. No, TSA's actually go down first. Sexy Fat will be able to claim a kill in revenge. However, it's a 2-for-1 before the horn, or just after the horn anyway. Winstrike thus far.
Okay, that's pretty good. For bait, I'm on the kill on Pang on Shower Shaman. I don't think is that relevant once you've already blood, but the kill on the Monkey King at least evens things out a bit, gets a kill to the Pango. That lane from Pango Monkey King shouldn't be too difficult for Pango. It depends a bit on how lucky you are with lucky shots, right? And when you get them, but for the most part, I think it's fine. And the Pango, like I said, is like there's so much relying on Sexy Fat right now. I feel like he has to do a lot. Not in this early game, but just in general, he's going to be a fair amount of farm. Because he's your initiator, your oracle killer, and also the one that's going to team fight. You're also your counter initiator. Whereas the rest of bait.
Yeah, I mean, you're completely right. Yeah, I mean, to some degree, you're right. It can be Duster a little bit. And Dendi can kind of serve as some sort of soft counter initiation. But looking at what it could be compared to, I mean, like for Dendi and for the TB both, you can kind of counter initiate by just like saber rattling and protect. Like if you pop an exo, like if a smoke breaks in front of you, you pop an exo, pop a metamorphosis, and the enemies might go, whoa, okay, maybe we don't want to fight right now.
Yep.
But that's not the same thing as just having Pango, like having a Mars who's just like, oh, I don't want to be here.
Exactly.
Right. Like I totally get your point, but I'm just, that's what they have, and that's what they have to use.
You're right about that, actually. You're right. The point to be made here would be that, like, even without, like, once your space in the map starts to go away and DP can't reliably say this is a good engagement to make EXO in, it is a reliable tool to just kind of try to chase away the enemy team. Oi, 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 oi! Oh my.
Duster really learning a lot of Russian as well. Yeah. Oi, oi, oi.
He is a Euclid. Russian means okay. It's all good, or like.
Huh. Duster will also frequently go Divide whenever they're. I like it. I like the moves. I think Winstrike, they got respect for that. Making an effort.
Bro, go 1v1 CS, go only AWP. Yeah, clearly they are respect. Clearly they like.
Yes, I think although you read that like a real Dota player, because that's 1v1 CSGO only op, not AWP.
AWP op.
Nobody calls too easy. Nobody calls it here. I think Winstrike, of course.
He went, go bro 1v1 guns. Okay, like what am I? Give me my magical creatures.
Oh man, that was just adorable. That was just adorable.
Shut up.
Oh my goodness, he's gonna hit him with the AWP.
Okay,
he just nuked him.
Shut up. He did nuke him with the AWP.
Yeah, no one calls it that in CS.
Why though? It's a lot of damage at once. That's what a nuke is. People need to learn from the superior esports.
Seriously, shout out to the ESL HQ staff, who are not only running this league, an upper division league, but also one of the most premier CSGO events in all time right now, completely online. I am Katowice in Poland. Unfortunately, that's not going to be in the Spodok Arena again. It's kind of crazy, if you allow me to be just, reflective of the past year. 1 year ago is really when all this COVID stuff started going down, because that's when they had to cancel that event last minute. So,
yeah, I know.
Real tough, but esports persists. Good to see, and we're going to be keeping on here. As well as CSGO with those AWPs. TSA doing a good job here, cutting lanes, making sure he can get himself a little bit of experience. Ports in a little 1v1 spar. Giaccio is going to be able to pretty easily zone out Sexy Fat. Doesn't quite have this over Venom that he's going to need to do so incredibly effectively, but it's not too easy of a kill anyway. You're relying on Sexy Fat to really mess up with the swashbuckle to try and get a kill there. So Giacchio's just going to try and farm.
The only difficulty though is, of course, a Sexy Fat. Well, I can't farm because I can't use swashbuckle to farm because it's dead.
Yep.
And it makes your lane a bit more difficult. Shaman is not a great hero to play from a defense. Great as like, oh, I have kill potential. But with Pango, for example, he brings very little damage to the shackles, right?
Yeah.
And then that's all you can do.
I would say his utility this game is if Sexy Fat makes a mistake, TSA, he's going to have to tank it and just shackle or hex and then die instead of Sexy Fat. That's the utility that the Shaman brings you in this lane. As well as you said, the potential kill threat versus a Monkey King and an Oracle. I don't know how likely that is, especially because, of course, they can dispel the Lucky Shot pretty easily. Yeah. That's all you can actually dispel right now with this lane until you get level 6. Even go aggressive for TSA now. Durachio's got Boundless Strike, and he's going to have the lockdown and the damage. Might even get a little bit more here on Sexy Fat. Careful there. You can see just how aggressively they are. Durachio, he knows this laning matchup. If there's no swashbuckle, he's good to go.
This is a great game for Corrosion here on the Monkey King. It's a tough lane for Pango to farm in, and this is going to be a lane where, yeah, he might not die, but he has to just subsist and try not to give too much farm to the Monkey King. Bottom lane, RDO is not going to have the easiest time against Mars, as the Monkey King is having, so Mars will be a bit more relevant hero. And here, ironically, the hero who has to make the difference is really Dendi in the mid lane. He doesn't have to win this matchup necessarily, but has to create space as soon as possible. Up top, they lose Sexy Fat. They might lose TSA as well. They don't have any stun.
They had to use the Boundless Strike for the kill on the Sexy Fat. Yep. He dies again without the swashbuckle. It's really that easy, to be honest, in that top lane. No swashbuckle equals no life, essentially, versus the Monkey King.
And the DP mid here will get either, once the puck starts rotating, take the mid tower early and start to really the presence, or alternatively rotate early with the DP, either bottom or top. I don't really care. Try to get a kill with the EXO and then take a tower as well. But you need to have a huge, because your lanes are not going as you expected. Well, your lane going exactly as we expected, but I guess if they thought this was going to be here or something. Yeah,
Yamish as well is going to snag that regeneration rune. Duster not too great at rotating and contesting bounties, to be honest. Wyvern is very stationary in terms of its lane setup, right? It doesn't really do well rotating around or any of that garbage. Nice play by Yamich as well. He's going to be, oh, you wanted to pull and reestablish equilibrium? I don't think so. Have fun farming under your tower, Cheshire Cat. He doesn't mind, of course, especially with Quelling Blade and God's Rebuke.
No, he's one of the better heroes.
He still got it, actually.
Okay, that's a pretty good pull. Hold on. Oh, he doesn't get a double on the pull for both.
Yeah, the Hellbear Smash is like, we're out of here. We've got no interest in this quarrel.
We're no longer part of this fight.
They're gonna just drink a little bit more tea or whatever.
Water?
know in America what you always get with some tomato soup? The grilled cheese. I don't know why.
I know that.
I do not like tomato soup, however. It is a little bland for my taste.
American tomato.
It is. We like our tomatoes quite a bit, don't we?
Well, you like your tomatoes sweet?
Tell you. We just like everything sweet, don't we? TSA is ganking mid. Okay, maybe now with Illusory Orb out, they're actually going to be able to catch him. And he's going to pop the Echo here. Will they have the damage? No level in the Hex yet. It was a level 2 Shackles, and that'll give them the kill.
Okay, well, worth it against level 2 of the Shackles. Not guaranteed the damage from Dendi more than anything. And now with the EXO, you can actually take the tower using the catapult. Not bad. They actually go for second Shackles. It's a bit dangerous, TSA. Dendi. The Ghosts take a while to chase after him. Yeah, exactly. So he hasn't gotten the kill on Oracle. TSA is now in trouble. Does start coming to join them. They do have Splinter Blast, but I don't think it's going to help TSA too much. What are these Ghosts, by the way?
I don't know. I saw Dendi had these before, and they kind of just look like a sprite from Doom 1.
It does. It's like a scarecrow.
Yeah.
With like the face. You know,
that's just how long Dendi's playing Dota. Dendi pulls out these cosmetics. You're like, what is this? What is this from? TSA is in trouble here, but they're going to have already a point here early on in the Cold Embrace. They're going to hit the coil here. Still silenced and leashed up. It is going to be the Shaman. Doesn't get a single spell off there, unfortunately, besides the Hex. Duster, I don't think he's going to live here underneath this Tier 1 towers. The Arctic Burn will end. He is going to be able to turn and assist Dendi there on the kill onto the Oracle before he goes down. Messy engagement in the mid lane, but it's important, of course, for Winstrike to be defending this from the first EXO.
Yeah.
And they still get a little bit of damage on the Tier 1. well.
I think that the bait lineup here did what they could in the middle lane, right? By rotating the ones Winstrike rotated. Obviously, this lineup is compared to them.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So it was the best out of a bad situation. You put a lot of pressure into the tower as well. I think it was a good rotation regardless. I don't think it's that big a deal because you already killed a puck to begin with, which is over you. But of course, every single time you do that, you weaken the side lanes even further, and the side lanes matter. Right? Pango is completely out of this game right now. Terribly is. And then you just start creating space by taking towers. And unfortunately, you did not take that tower, which means that you have no extra space in the side lanes, yet you still sack them with these support rotation. So now it's in for a penny, in for a pound. You've already stacked your side lanes. You might as well keep your supports here and try to take the tower.
Yeah, I mean, if that buys you the information that you see, I mean, right now, of course, with this ward behind the tower, especially, they know where Pantomime is. TSA is actually going to continue running him down and probably let him, there's a ward somewhere behind the tower. But they've also got a ward here in the jungle to be able to notice whenever the Monkey King is going to go and start jungling. And speaking of jungling, Winstrike, they're going to make a movement here through the enemy jungle. Duster's here, ready to tank rotation out from Cheshire Cat. Arctic Burn utilized, and there he goes outside of the arena. But they will commit the coil here. They really want this kill on a Duster. They're going to have to work for it, though. Cold Embrace used. Already 2 ultis down, and Duster's still alive. The stun is going to connect onto Dendy here, as TSA will be rooted up, and everyone here on the side of Winstrike able to freely escape.
To a degree, it's a pretty good play at bait, where they keep forcing these fights middle, and now they rotate the Pango as well. And the only person that can take this farm is Monkey King and TV, but we'd rather TV take this farm. So I don't think it's too bad, especially if the Exo's still taking this tower. TSA actually hiding in the backlines, hexes someone, but he misread that. TSA could be in trouble right now if the Oracle finds him. Yeah, there we go. We don't have Fortune's End. We have Purifying Flames alone. TSA dancing his way towards safety, hopefully, but I don't think it's going to happen. The Winter Wipes for the Pango is cut by. Swashbuckle first. The Rolling Thunder is available, but it's too late. There's no point in using the Rolling Thunder there. And in fact, now he's in trouble. Sexy Fat should have just run away. Shouldn't have helped the Shaman. Once the Shaman was in that position, he could have just left.
Yeah, you kind of got drawn into the old savior buddy syndrome there, unfortunately, which isn't really going to help or do much to help the chances here of bait in the early game. This is like, you can kind of see that bait, they're looking to make plays happen, and they are making a couple of mistakes here and there, but they got their head in the right place, I will say. Right? They know that they can have space for RDO, who finally is at least up to level 7. So with these counter images, he is going to be able to farm a little bit faster now and just continue to do RDO things. So we'll watch his farm begin to try and take off here a little bit. He's already got more than Cheshire Cat at the very least, but Sexy Fat and Cheshire Cat making quite a big difference here already.
Monkey King's items first, or just a little corrosion. He's going for Maelstrom, it seems.
Yeah, he's probably got the Mithril Hammer on the way.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So he's not bad off. So until he gets Maelstrom, the Terrorblade should be farming a bit faster than Monkey King. But this is the time where bait should be trying to create the most space, right? And now there's a fight going up on top. Find the Shadow Shaman. Rancho is also trying to play a bit more aggressively, and of course they want to go into the enemy triangle to try to find the TB. Bait doesn't really have many ways of stopping them, right? And right now, Bait's just kind of lucky that Winstrike has been playing 2 bait and they've been trying to fight the TP. They've been all going mid and everything. Once Winstrike hits their power peaks, usually the Monkey King, Mars with his first item, either Yule's or Blink Dagger, and Puck probably getting his Witchblade. Once you get those items, then you are going to start looking for kills, and it's have to come down to Bait's ingenuity to see what they can do. Stop them.
Well, they might have to stop Duracho here. He's going to chip Sexy Fat. Nice hex, though, up from TSA, hiding in the trees. Yamish, though, ready to turn. Curse Crown, pretty effective there at stopping him as our Monkey King.
Okay, they have extra. They're actually going into this fight, right? Rabel, the target. Fair amount of damage. Swashbuckle as well. That's a lot of damage.
There's level 6 now for Oracle, though. So
they dropped the snakes a bit too early for this fight now. They want to fight around the snakes, but they can't. The Pango's already in a bad position. He has Swashbuckle, though, to at least get away for now. No lucky shots, but he's going to be fine. Have to drop the snakes a bit closer to the tower. Maybe it would have been an easier fight. But RDO instead is trying to create space mid. That's the right play. However, he can't create space for too long. You're still kind of weak. He just has to leave the illusion behind as they try to push the tower a bit. Not bad. At least you're making Winstrike dizzy. You know, you're forcing them from lane to lane. They're not really doing anything in either of the lanes.
Yeah, RDO's not too miffed about that. He goes, all right, you're going to defend this. That's fine. I'll just go jungle with this a little bit faster now. He's got his Yasha power tread. We might see them now make a push in the mid lane here. And now that they know there's no Exo, there's going to be no Metamorphosis. Rolling Thunder is coming off cooldown, but definitely no Serpent Wards up. And I think Winstrike, they recognize this and might just look for a fight here in this mid lane. Or just the tower. I don't think Bait should defend this. They don't have it. They can't.
Yeah, they don't have Exo. They don't have Metamorphosis, right? So what do you do to defend this? Yeah, you glyph and you will hopefully take top, right? You put as much pressure as possible. Only Yamich is here, but it's only the Pango. TB's gonna take this time to farm. Dendi's doing nothing but farming as well. So it's gonna be a really bad trade here. Now you start to lose space in the map. And once you start to lose space in the map because you lost mid and bottom, your jungle becomes enemy's jungle. Just invade your jungle. You still haven't taken your tier 1, so their tier 1, sorry. So that means that you can't realistically farm their jungle either. And now this is where Winstrike should be able to impose team fights, and you don't get to decide these things. It's not your tempo anymore.
If you're Bait, right?
If you're Bait, yeah. It's not your tempo anymore. It's Winstrike's tempo completely. And now is when we should see their lineup kind of pop off, especially because they're also hitting item. Witchblade on done. Maelstrom.
It is about done.
There we go.
Maelstrom also should be about finished. Done. Yeah. Indeed. And then first item blink, I think, is when they're going to make the call. Because, yeah, you got a lot of damage now on your course, but we need the catch to really tie it all together. Right, especially because without the blink on Puck, you've got the damage, but the catch is a little bit less viable, especially because it involves you weighing illusory orb him, which can be a one-way is in the early game for Pucks.
Yeah, you're totally right. The Bait lineup right now can go counter initiate with Winter's Curse and with Rolling Thunder, so you can't get too cocky about that. And okay, this is a good dropping of snakes, honestly. You just need to objective desperately, so desperate. So try your best to take this easier objective, which is the tier 1 top. Mid is too tall in order. You need extra level 2 for the team fight as well. So
Dendi's getting close there. He's getting close. Level 10 though, not close enough.
Think not good enough either. Yamich has pretty good BAT as well.
They're afraid to contest. They don't know what's behind, but now they should go for it. As Dendi will rotate over. Quick Hex into the shackles. That'll be a kill. And even dropping a tip on the Yamich. All right.
Oh, the smoke as well to get there. So very good rotation, because the reason why Yamich was playing so aggressive is that he had a ward in his own jungle, or jungle there. And so he didn't see any ward. He didn't expect the smoke. That was a play by Bait. Surprising them there. No need to waste the exorcism, which means you can take the fight now. You still have Rolling Thunder.
You may even have meta up if you do, actually, in a couple more seconds. Oh, no, it's ready. That counter image I'm looking at.
All right, Duster's doing a bit of de-warding here.
Yeah, this is good.
He does his own ward as well.
Uh-oh.
Okay, the shot on your bot. Rolling Thunder. It needs to be used immediately. There we go. Oh, Arena Blood. Rolling Thunder getting used, which means you can't really fight this. You can't fight this. Don't commit.
It's just both support, though. They're not too miffed about this right now for Bait, especially if they can get out with Sexy Fat. And with no Dream Coil, it should be pretty easy. Say that, though.
Sure.
Strike. He doesn't want to use it. Can he get away? Now he's going to have to, as he will be able to run over to Yachio once. He's going to hit an Ancient Dragon on the way out. Respect your elders. The Sexy Fat says no, and he's going to be able to run all the way back home. So, not too bad. Dream Coil and Arena again for both supports. But, oh, and Exo. Actually, they did use Exo there. Level 1 at level 11.
I don't know if you saw it at the beginning of the team when you was below. Bait doesn't seem to... Oh, okay. That was a... You also have to try to get out the route, but kept secure kill on the Mars. Still trying with a meta. It's gonna work. Good damage. Just do not go to the high ground right now. There's a tower nearby. There's definitely a TP into it. But that play was just weird by Bait. It seems like they wanted to fight that at first, and then they want to fight that. Why commit the extra so early to the team fight where clearly fight from low ground to high ground? It wasn't even your space to fight, right? Not the best of plays, and I do feel like Sexy Fight right now, he's playing really on edge with that Rolling Thunder. Just use it to escape. It's not that long a cooldown. You don't want to risk getting killed. Like, you already have it for the next team, and you use it at the very end of the last team fight. Just use it.
I will say, I think they were looking to try, because they got a good ward up. Now it's de-warded, of course. They got a... Oh my goodness.
Nice kill. We do have Thunder available still on TV, though. You got Drink Cold. This has been a problem. There's a Rolling Thunder available. Like I said, for the middle Winter's Curse, I mean, not the best of initiations. Now they pinned poor RTO to a wall. They killed the Retro, though, which means they lack the damage. We need a bloodback from RTO. He hasn't used it. Cold embraces instead to save his life from the Bedlam, but the damage is good enough. The Puck killed him with a Waning Rift instead. All of Bait is trying to avenge their dead TP, and they're going for Shishakat last. Shishakat trying to get the kill on Duster. Shishakat gets the kill with God's Rebuke and even impales Pango. They were not fighting with Dendi there because he wasn't ready with Exorcism, and this is going to cost them a team fight because that team fight ends up going slightly the way of Winstrike because of that Terrorblade kill.
Yeah, most definitely. They do get the puck, though, so they get 2 cores right now. They also got TB, but yeah, RDO using Sunder early on in the fight means he didn't have it a little bit later, obviously, having a very long cooldown. Remember that patch when Sunder had
like
used
it early in the fight.
He did, yeah, it's on cooldown, right? So he cut it off. Oh, no, you're good, you're good. But yeah, so he used it early on in the fight when he was looking to engage. They got a quick pick. Not too bad out from Bait, especially considering they fight without Exo. Next fight they can take here, probably as soon as we have Winter's Curse and Rolling Thunder just about ready again. But really meta, in 30 seconds, you've got level 2 Exo now. Now you can actually, I think, really take a fight to Winstrike. I think this is maybe a couple of minutes, maybe up until like 22 minutes, where Bait are actually quite strong, but not without these cooldowns. So Winstrike, if they can snipe a fight right now, I think they'll be pretty pleased with the outcome.
As long as I can take a fight right now on that is semi-equal for Bait, right? All of this is a space. Oh, who's now matching up? Who cares? You're in a pretty good position right now. In fact, DP is actually matching the puck as well. She hasn't fallen behind, which is a big deal here. DP is a secondary win condition.
Yeah, Bait kind of feel the same way, though. They also want to be looking for a fight.
Yeah, but for them it's because of window opportunities. Now with Exorcism available level 2, team fights are a bit easier for Winstrike. Catching Mars is ideal actually in this fight. He's not as tanky as long as he's from behind. You need to actually commit to this. Rolling Thunder, okay, it almost hits 3 as a workout, and it seems like they don't want to fight this, they just want to cut the waves.
They weren't sure where everyone else was, and finding the Oracle here was probably a little bit of a weird move. Unfortunately, Duster, caught without the Arctic Burn, means he can't actually escape the arena. Jumps the Winter's Curse in the river. That'll freeze Mars in a little bit of a weird animation. Not for long, though. He's in the back line. TSA is going to be going down to the Bedlam. Rabel as well, jumping in with the DD Rune, which blade damage for the kill.
A very questionable play by Duster. What happens there is that he Splinter Blast away the Pango already kill the Swashbuckle, right? And by Splinter Blasting their wave, he actually aggroed one piece, which gave vision of Duster the whole time, which allowed for that perfect arena, and also put Duster in a different position to go with. Why he did that is beyond me, because he could have just let Pango cut the wave.
Ooh, Dendy's lucky to escape there with his life. No, I agree.
I don't know if Duster doesn't think that if you hit the one creep that gets Splinter Blasted, he's going to get aggroed. That's not how it works.
Yeah, and then he uses the Winter's Curse at the end, which means they don't have it for another fight. Off cooldown for 40. Everything else is going to be ready to go for Bait if they want to fight again. 15 seconds till this arena's back up. Okay, we'll see. Again, this window is starting to close, especially when we get this BKB up, which is now. Fourth side Irachio, so they might have a very rude awakening. Of course, Winter's Curse is great at just holding down a core through long duration BKBs. That can buy you a little bit of time, but that requires Duster, I mean, frankly, not to be dead, right? Yeah, I mean, it sounds stupid, but when you're against a Puck, a Monkey King, some heroes that can jump your backlines fairly easily, that's of course easier, especially now that we have the Blink here able.
Like,
Winter
Wyvern has a so.
Well, Spartan, you know, he's going to be a hero in Dota 2 pretty soon.
I'm
right?
hoping so. I'm hoping, really. But yeah, it's just been a really, really aggressive Winter Wyvern, and I feel like it's not the game to play him as aggressively, especially not now. Or you need the counter initiation to come out.
Smoke broke.
Yeah, so they know someone is in high ground, RDO. You should be the one taking this. Where's the Rolling Thunder? Someone saying RDO. There's a Winter's Curse immediately. But that's the BKB still available. They gotta keep him stunned. Nope, not gonna work out. Is that the arena blood though? That's get canceled with the Rolling Thunder. Not bad. Denny's still alive. That's like a level 2. The damage is too high. Winter's Cold Embrace is trying to save him, but the damage from Rabel will finish off poor Denny. In the backlines, they also are chasing out RDO as the supports in the Pango finish off the Willow. And RDO still looking for a potential fight. Does he have meta available? He does. Doesn't want to use it just yet. The Dream Goal gets used instead of the Pango. We have a Splinter trying to save him. RDO realizing he just needs to leave his teammate to die. And Winstrike will take another good engagement for them. Again, that Winter's Curse a bit too early. Stop pressing the trigger so early. That BKB completely canceled them.
Yeah, dude. And PSA had a pretty good jump there. He got a perfect opportunity to lock down the Puck, and he forced the Oracle to use the False Promise. Yep. Get this, to dispel Puck from shackles.
Yep.
That already sounds like a great fight, doesn't it? Right?
Oh, wait, there's a fight going on right now?
Oh, maybe? There is?
Well, fight-ish.
Still has meta.
Meta doesn't want to commit. I believe, unless Dendy's coming in super fast. Okay. Yules. No need to, okay, there's a meta. Just to guarantee the kill. I mean, I think at that point, The key kill was guaranteed.
Oh, they can turn it into Roche. They don't have Exo.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. That's
But this is basically a full duration meta. Yeah,
it's
for
pretty
Roche.
good. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Duster fighting in the trees this time. He wants to counter initiate properly. Just see him.
Oh, yeah. No, unfortunately, Duster, you're not invis. Well, you are, but not really because of thanks to the sentry. But they have caught Rabel here yet again. Do we have the shackles? Indeed.
The warrior we're looking for. They see
you, and they also see Pantomime. Down he goes. 3 heroes dead just like that. They fight perfectly. I mean, Duster is kind of playing like us as Spartan, isn't he? That's definitely a Spartan move. All right, guys.
Especially because the place to break smoke is actually on the right side, not there. So if you break smoke like there's no point in breaking smoke. They see. That's why the point to break smokes is like camera closer. Like over here behind them. That's where you break.
Well, either way, it's going to get Bait a free Aegis here. RDO pretty happy with that engagement. Actually, probably one of the better fights that Bait has taken this game. I mean, honestly, they only lost Duster, but again, it's like I'm watching Brame here.
Yeah, my favorite fights are also where those are great.
Yeah.
That's what they just did. It wasn't really calling it a fight.
I think they were like, wait, are they gonna go Roche? They must, right? They use meta, so they have to get something out of it. What?
Guys, suicide!
They actually. Oh wait, it's a free Wyvern. Let's kill the Wyvern. Oh god, we're dead. You know, it's just it happened that quickly. But now all of a sudden we're looking at a pretty farm TB. He's now got the Eye of Scani. He's got the S and Y. Going for BKB. I agree. I think he's almost ready to go toe to toe here versus the Monkey King. I think what he really wants is for Monkey King or for this BKB to be 7-6-5. Because then his team can help him out a lot more.
Particularly that Pango, who's been doing God's work this game.
Yeah. Terrorize here. It's going to catch Duster, canceling his TP, although it was on cooldown anyway. Bedlam, and he will eventually go down. Quite a tanky hero, this Wyvern. Tough to kill.
Surprisingly, that's one of his more justifiable deaths. Cutting the lanes. It's actually perfect. Now they use the snakes to try to destroy the tier 2.
Level 2 snakes as well.
Yeah, Mars is quite low. Oh, nice. That's the right play. Mars is quite low attack speed hero.
Snakes can't reach the tier 1. Why is he making attack Cheshire Cat?
Okay. No, you can't because you know how bulwark works?
Oh yeah, it works like his arena as well.
Well, no, not necessarily. Actually, only 60% projectiles will go towards his. So they are attacking the. They are attacking the tower, but only.
Made sense. I was like, why?
And since you have really low attack speed, you really take the wards in time. That's the right.
Good tower. I think TSA is playing a fantastic game here as well, to be honest. Duster, he's having a bit of a tougher game, 1-8-6, but I think he's making the right moves, generally speaking, or at least he's setting his team up for... What else you could really hope to do on this hero? Not really getting the limelight too much.
No, once the game progresses and you have a much better team fight disruptions, right? I think the Shadow will shine.
Yeah.
Because right now it's too easy to cancel with Shackles. The Oracle is waiting to go as well. I guess I'll false promise the Shackles. Yeah. Whereas maybe you should consider Bait, like Pango, sorry. Because those false promises are way too... Similar with Shaman, like once he gets Blink Dagger, he should be...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Much like the Nyx, Wyvern, one of these heroes that is generally a counter to heroes or play styles, right? And so we don't see too much of her. Usually you see a ton of Wyvern if like faces Void in the meta.
Yeah, it's true. It's a good hero for like big fights, when you need shit. Not the real case here. You have a combo, yes, Mars plus man, but not good enough. This is a kill, honestly. Oracle's too valuable. If they can get the kill, yeah.
They're going to get that one. RDO is showing off all those nice, pretty stats he has. Might even look for a tier 2.
You should force it. You still have Exo.
Oh, hold on.
Big a deal. Winter Scratch for the puck.
Yeah.
Can they silence him, though? They hex him. Okay, the silence not coming out just yet. Shackles, great. Guaranteed to kill on puck. Hit with a big game. It's not good enough. Duracho in trouble as well. He's trying to fight Duster, but Duster's Golden Brace will save him for now. As RDO activates the Essence Ring, he might not have enough HP. He's just going to lose his first life there for free to Duracho. There's the Exorcism finally popped here. They decide they want to fight this. They still have Sunder, but they need a blood back for the Terrorblade. They actually push him out of the arena. I don't know how that happened. and they lose Sexy Fat in the back lines. Danny's still alive, protected with the exorcism, but not dealing enough damage. Duster will die a second time. They kill off Yamich though, and with the shackles, they try to do the same thing with the Mars, as RDO just cannot be as strong as Duracho. Right now, the Monkey King is just much more powerful. You still have Sunder, and you finally use it on Duracho. This might be what gets you the kill, as Duracho can outrun the exorcism. Sunder just baiting him out the whole time, and now going for the kill on the Mars as well. You lack the damage, then he no longer has Exo, and you decide it's better to just retreat before they surprise you with some buyback or whatever.
They actually did have to buy back in that fight. I believe they bought back on Duster and Pantomime. I think maybe Sexy Fat getting a bit surprised by the latter, as he ended up kind of getting kited around to the secret shop by the Monkey King. And then Pantomime, of course, TP into the tier 2 tower, is able to hit him with a false promise, plenty of heals, even still has a couple of healing salvas in inventory, and there's no way you're going to be able to out damage that. It's 1,000 heal, which is going to be basically guaranteed. Good fight by Winstrike. I think maybe Ag's catching them a little bit off guard here, because of course when you fight in a stationary location like that, it's going to be leading yourself towards victory. But Rabel take a very costly death at the start of that one, right? Duster with a great catch on the winner's curse.
Oh, no way. You should save this life. That's crazy. Oh, that's right. When someone is hitting you too hard, you just keep hitting him and you hope for a lucky.
And you got it. Got it. Was hoping, of course, for a lucky shot against the Monkey King in the middle to save RDO's life. Yep. Go through the beak. Sexy Fat on. He tried his best, but there wasn't much else to do.
You need the Winter's Curse to cancel that beak. Need to stop using it as just use it.
I think it was good on the puck, because I mean it was a beak.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, okay. The puck was a good Winter's Curse. I do still think the Monkey King with your. I feel like the Hex should be the one take puck. In the middle of Wukong's command, fine. You just leave. And you force him to leave his circle, fight you in your territory. Yeah, BKB and RDO as well.
Yeah, I did like a lot. Pardon me, I liked a lot from Bait there, how they quickly reorganized in the 3-second downtime they have, and RDO respawning. Because you can tell, like, Dendy from the low ground, like, all right, we're going to fight there. Are you ready, guys? Like, let's go. Pop the Exo to maximize his efficiency.
He should have popped the Exo a bit earlier, to be honest, there. That was a bit of a... because the Monkey King just kind of got a free... but fair enough.
Yeah, I think they were maybe scared of the Oracle ulti, right? Because with the Oracle ulti still up, it's really deceptive. Because obviously, with the Ghost, you want to get right in the face of the Monkey King if you can. Hold that thought, Cheshire Cat. Getting engaged on Dendy. There's the rolling thunder out from Sexy Fat with the Yule Scepter. They want to lock down here the Oracle. RDO pops the ulti and the BKB. Down goes the Oracle. Hexed up as well onto Duracho. They might have the damage. He's going to pop his BKB, but he's going to go down too quickly. Yamcha with the Terrorize, catching onto one. TSA is going to kill himself on the arena walls, but Dendy with his own BKB able to survive the entire thing. The RDO, though, caught without his BKB now, will be stunned up by the Curse Crown. Dendy, though, is going to stand next to him. They will not go down. Says, thank you very much for your sacrifice, Dendy. Using him for his HP. Of course, Dendy's going to heal up massively thanks to the Sexo. And another great fight here off the side of Bait. Right now, it's working. Winstrike, they're playing into the RDO TB.
They are, and that was just incredible initiation by Sexy Fat and also by TSA there. You know, the Hex into the Monkey right as he stopped being stunned by the Rolling Thunder. In addition to Pango acknowledging that he needs to just be the one that kills Oracle. He's starting to do this now because he now needs to be the one that does that.
Definitely.
Nobody else can follow up.
These fights look dramatically different if the Oracle is free to do whatever he wants.
So he's doing a really, really good job. He's not giving any freedom to the Oracle. On point, Sexy Fat. And, you know, then the RDO just kind of exists while his team, their team just carries them, to be honest. Yamish did get an amazing movement terrorize into the arena there, which killed the supports and the Pango, so that was on point. If it wasn't for that, that team fight would have gone completely the way of it.
Yeah, right, because we still had, of course, Winter's Curse ready to be used there. Yes. Great arena, though, of course, from Cheshire Cat, who sets it up in the first place.
Yes.
But these BKBs are starting to run out. Bait, that's going to be their first salvo of very long BKBs on both Dendy and RDO alike, so I really like how they synchronize those up. Because
Monkey's down to 7.
Monkey is down to 7, you're correct, and Rabel's going to be down to 8 now. But that's what I wanted to point out, right? Rabel, in this team fight, no impact on the puck, right? No Aghanim Scepter equals no impact versus BKB Chorus on puck.
Yep.
Even with the Witchblade, sure, your damage is all right, but, I mean, is it really versus 34 armor? No, right? Nothing is going to be good enough there, except for maybe a good Dream Coil into the Aghanim Scepter to them down, hold them in the arena, something like that. But great fight from Bait. You're completely right. I think they need to try and get some more pressure here, at least secure this next Roche, which has respawned very quickly here. It's the faster Roches. Ready to go. That might be a good opportunity here for Bait. And I want to wait for meta, obviously, and probably Exo to both be up, and then I think we can look to contest that. They've already got Vision set up. It's looking pretty good for Bait here.
It is looking pretty good. See what they go for now. Because obviously, there's no objectives for you to take, right? So there's no need for you to push a team fight until the Roshan, right? And if anything, you'll go for pickoffs to secure the Roshan. That's your next objective. Roshan into high ground. Unless you want to go for the tier 2 bottom, which... So, Bait wants to dominate the map, and they want to fight any fights that you force, but they don't want to initiate on you. They have no need.
Yeah, I think both of these teams, Dendy especially, he's gonna know, guys, we don't need to force a fight right now.
RTO's in a really bad position.
He is.
Really bad.
I catch him.
BKB, do they have Ags on puck? No.
His team's nearby. Terrorize combo is gonna be a little late, but he is just gonna run faster into the arms of his team. So that's no coil. That's no coil. That's no terrorize. If I'm Bait, I go, let's do Roach.
Yeah, exactly. Or let's force a fight.
Oh, well, yeah.
Even better, right? Because there's no coil. TV just got Daedalus, just Daedalus as well. They go for the Willow first, not as valuable as the Oracle, but still a kill. Yep, that's a kill I'll take. And now you can Roach.
Yep.
No terrorize, no.
You're good to go. No buyback either on the Dark Willow, and this is probably going to allow Bait then, of course, the luxury of not having to use meta nor Exo to get this Roche down, which means they're going to be running up to your high ground in about 20 seconds. So in this time, Rabel, yeah, you can see he's like, well, we got to push, we got to cut the lanes, right?
Yeah,
we got to cut the lanes.
We can't really fight this right now. We're a bit too strong. RDO now is starting to really get to this late game. Aegis and RDO, she's on the DP.
Full Daedalus now.
Yeah, he got it before that Roche. So he's really happy right now. They're ready to fight. They'll start looking for a kill. However, Winter's Curse again. If you lose that as your initiation, you don't have a way to deal with BKBs too much, so be careful, right?
I see all of them right now. Winstrike taking just a bad path back. Perfect. Yeah, this is what you want. Now you're just going to go mid. We've already got the Conjure image here cutting the wave.
Oh, is Puck still there? Oh, okay, I heard silence. They tried to go to fight this Winstrike after just losing the Oracle. Okay, cool them to save the Wyvern. That arena doesn't do anything.
TSA is dead.
He's chasing after Shishar Cat, but yeah, TSA is dead. We still have a Winter's Curse. Can't they say just tries his best, but he can't do it. And this team fight is actually going to go in favor of Winstrike, killing 2 supports for nothing, wasting a bunch of ultimates from Bait.
Yeah, and the meta as well. Of course, RDO with Aegis.
Sorry, I'm just considering that an ultimate in my eyes.
Yeah. No, for sure. But that's what was confusing to me. He wants to save BKB for his second life. I understand. Or maybe he wants to be conservative with his 9-second BKB usage. Totally understand that, my man. But you're just trapped inside the arena. He couldn't do a damn thing. That was a perfect zone in arena because you cage TB, and that's most of your damage right now. That's going to burn a solid, 2 minutes, basically, off of this Aegis. So very well played to Winstrike. Of course, it's not going to win them the game. I think Bait's still in the driver's seat, and they could look for a kill on Rabel, but he gets the blink out in second shot, unfortunately. Already using here the Roll Thunder. Does have the Ag Shard, though, so roll-up is ready to go.
Dire's bottom tower.
Mouse over the Rolling Thunder with
Halt. Yeah, I think it's the same thing with like Sunray. It's a stop Sunray or something like that.
It's like those things. All of a sudden, you realize that the real guys making this are coders. Minimal amount of information.
Oh, of course. I think I was playing a game. I was playing like Turbo, and I just kept randoming to get a couple of different heroes and check them out. And on one of the eggs, it was Bane. It was like reduces cooldown and increases damage. And I goes, well, great. What is this? I had to go to the wiki to figure out what it actually did. Oh, it's great. We love to see it. RDO, he's going to be able to demolish that last tower remaining for the side of Winstrike. Groucho, he's still pretty damn strong, though. 7-second BKB is like the last really good one that you get. Of course, the issue this time around is, of course, the control out from the Shaman, but also just the damage right now for TB.
We just got the Ags on TB. Pretty big deal, because the Ags can push Monkey King out of sight of his circle.
It can, yeah,
so
good
that's
point.
A big deal. If you hex him, or I think really, you use the preventative abuse TB, of course. Called use the Terror Wave, and then you push him out of the circle, or you just kill him. One or the other. Be a really tough fight now for Winstrike.
It gives you more skirmishing potential as well, so it's something I always like to bring up because it gives you 10 seconds of the meta on a relatively shorter cooldown, of course, still pretty long.
Yep. We'll
take a look at it here. There he is. Oh, hold that thought. The Hex, they've caught Cheshire. This is a great catch. And the Shackles from downtown. And to him, he has to use the False Promise just to counter initiate, but they still actually hit him with the Terror Wave. And now Sexvat rolling around here. Halts, they say to Cheshire Cat. You are under arrest, and they've got plenty of damage on him. He gets the blink away, but it's just going to be his dead corpse getting delivered, courtesy of the Blink Dagger. 80 seconds dead, but he does have the buyback at the very least.
Unfortunate there. Winstrike loses the Mars there, which means you don't have your team fight ready, so he's going to have to buy back if you want to defend this, or else you don't defend this at all. We'll see what they want to do. They actually come in meta for this, so they might want to force a fight. You could, you know, this committed meta, so it's not the worst fight.
Yeah, the Monkey King's not home right now, so he's gonna have to TP on back.
There's the buyback. Yeah. You see RDOs, half meta's gone. It's a good team to fight. You're gonna force him to retreat.
Yeah, bait. They're gonna go. All right, guys, this is good. RDO, do you have buyback? And RDO goes, what? What buyback?
His Aegis though.
We've been here before.
His Aegis though.
Yes, but it's on TB.
His Aegis. It's fine. That's good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're gonna go through this today.
I just want to point it out.
Buyback is not a thing in Brazil.
Not a thing. It doesn't exist.
Every time they go, hey, do you have TB? They go, no, I'm terrible. Not bristleback.
I'm TB, not bristleback. Here we go. Winstrike. They're looking for a fight. Positioning here. They've certainly coiled for him. Now it's backhand. Initiated and will, but a two-man boundless strikeout from Diracho into the Terror Wave. Now RDO might be in some trouble as he's going to be pinned down. There goes his first life. Diracho, his BKB is going to be expiring, so TB can now try and fight him. Doesn't have the does have the Terror Wave. That means he can be able to turn now onto Diracho, trapped inside the server with well, disarmed with a lucky shot, and there's going to be the roll-up Sexy Fat. They've got the damage and the control, and also they've got the kill onto the Mars. That's a dieback for Cheshire Cat. They're not done yet as Yamich will be scouted. Boundless strike on over Sexy Fat, and that's going to be another dieback there too as they go this time. You know, RDO, he's taking their buybacks. He doesn't have it, but he'll take yours.
I cannot believe they won that team fight, to be honest. Sexy Fed is so much work. This guy needs a promotion. And my goodness, what a Pango game he. Like, seriously, that team fight, if it wasn't because of his rolling thunder, and of course a swashbuckle to some degree as well with love shots, they wouldn't have been able to last as long, and RDO wouldn't have been able to get this counter initiation on with Terror Wave and everything. It was perfectly calculated, the Terror Wave, which sometimes a bit of luck as to how long Winstrike would be able to take and initiate on. But killing Buster so early, and even to some degree TSA, which they could just completely cancel early, was just a huge blow to Bait's draft, and it was all up to Sexy Fat to regain that team fight.
I mean, it's luck, but it's also choosing to fight and take these early skirmishes when they knew they were strong and forcing out these longer duration BKBs, right?
Sure, that's also true.
Yeah, because I mean...
No, I mean luck in the Terror Wave sense, because the Terror Wave got used earlier and you just waited in the high ground. And if
I got you, and he had it back.
Yeah, if Winstrike had just gotten in there maybe like 20 seconds earlier, you wouldn't have Terror Wave or meta, and that would have been a loss. But instead, you have Terror Wave by... I don't want to say luck entirely. It's not really luck. Your decision was still to fight.
They scan out Diracho. They know where he's at. Oh, no. This is terrible. TSA this could be GG. Hex up in the trees. They need to cut him down. Oh.
He goes down. Rolling Thunder used. Okay, he's in.
No follow-up shackles in time, unfortunately.
That's some bullshit, though. How is Hex slower than your jump? My goodness.
I'm telling you, Hex has been nerfed quite heavily over the years. It used to be the strongest thing ever in existence.
No, it's not Hex's fault. It's jump. It's stupid.
Well,
Hex is 0 cast point spell. How do you jump in that time?
I'm telling you, dude. You ever see a chicken jump?
No, it's not about the chicken.
Now you have.
I don't care if you can jump while Hex. I don't think that jump should be that cast point, dude. He has a cast point. There should be a 0.1 cast point. It clearly doesn't have it.
Dire are scanning.
You're not going to find any of them.
Chickens can jump.
Monkeying is to nerf the jump.
All right, well, now we've got Telescope here for Shaman, and he's going to go ahead and hand it on over. Good guy, Dendy. That's how you hand items to your position 4s and 5s. You don't send them all the way to the fountain and have their slow couriers carry it out. You just hand it to them, you monsters. It's that easy.
Okay. About help for a second. Puck was in this. Close to level 25, which I'm assuming will be the Metamorphosis attack damage.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Barely is Thunder really.
Especially since it still has a mana cost now, which is not really too impactful here. Plenty of mana for the team. Back in the day.
Now that BKBs can split, right? Like how many Thunders realistically you can fight?
Yeah, very true.
Usually you're getting one Thunder if you're lucky.
I will say
your teammates.
We're down to a 5-second BKB. Oh, Cheshire Cat. And man.
I don't know about this play. They actually catch the Willow. False Armors for the Willow. Not a deal. Rolling Thunder destroying this team fight completely. Winstrike might lose the Monkey King. The Basher stops his play. And now they go for the Oracle as well. That's the Oracle done. Monkey King as well. Everyone is dead on Winstrike. Now this might be multiple lanes of Rax. X works for Cheshire Cat. And the Great God of War is turned into a chicken and into Kentucky Fried Chicken.
GG.
After fighting out the puck, that's a GG call. Really easy anticlimactic ending by Winstrike just suiciding into the enemy team.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not really sure what the plan was there because they kind of had jumped in a little bit too early with Cheshire Cat. Like they were on a different page, right? Because Monkey King was running away along with his Oracle, along with his Willow, and Cheshire Cat maybe.
team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick. Puck. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I already started the prediction.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remain. 10 seconds remain. 5 seconds remaining.
Ready to go? 3, 2, we're going to draft. 3, 2, 1.
Hello guys and welcome back to the Eastern European League lower division, specifically created by ESL and powered by Intel. We have the only matchup today, as is lower division Monday, and it's going to be the match between Bait and Winstrike. This match determines if Bait is going to be relegated or if they have a chance to go to tiebreakers, and if Winstrike is going to be going to the division.
Did you really think it was up-elated?
Relegated.
English should slap-elated you with a dictionary. That's what I'm going to do to you.
Anyway, Winstrike has a chance to go to the upper division, but only if they beat Bait. If not, they'll have to go to tiebreakers.
Yeah, they're going to have to pay a tiebreaker, which is, you know, still a good possibility. They did lose, of course, their only game to PuckChamp, but that's unfortunately the reality here of the situation right now in both the leagues, right? I mean, for regions where only the top 2 get to go to the major in some form, you only can lose one best of 3, and Winstrike have done that. This is it for them. They now find themselves, down 1 game versus Bait. Bait here, draft on your screen, of course, on the Radiant side with first pick. They took a while there, deciding on what their second pick should be, maybe thinking about, well, if we don't pick the TB here, it'll probably be banned. But also, if we pick the TB here, they're going to counterpick it really hard with their second pick. So they go for the Enigma instead. But it's still going to be counterpicked nonetheless by the Rubik of Winstrike.
The Rubik pick against Enigma, I still think it's not that big a counter anymore because the way the Enigma days, right, more on the idle, around the black hole. Might even be an Enigma 5, like OG's doing it these days, right? I've been doing. Yesterday I saw Enigma 5 played. It's a crew. Also similar impact as well. So I don't think Rubik is the biggest counter to Enigma these days. I think a much more reliable counter to, perfectly honest. But the Rubik is a much more generically good hero, right? So like for example, you see Shadow Summon Enigma, I would much rather pick a Silence. But I also understand that Rubik is a much more generically good hero, and even if they're running Enigma in any position, whatever.
I also like the Rubik against the playstyle you defined, where if it is going to be a sexy fat Enigma, he's going to be rushing for Necro 3, he's going to be playing the Eidolons, and Rubik with the Fade Bolt does a lot better at clearing those waves than a Silencer would. As we'll be taking a look here in our second banning phase, where we do see Winstrike ban out the Troll. They're going to ban out the TB. That'll be pretty easily there.
5 seconds remaining.
as we'll probably get one more carry ban. Usually against RDO, you'll also ban the Dusa, and there it is, right on QTB, Dusa and Troll ban. So RDO's heroes are going to be especially targeted here in the second phase, and on top of that, they're going to pick the Winstrike hero here. So it's the Beastmaster off lane, but I don't really like. Okay, I like this because then you're going to force our bait to declare whether or not this is a core Enigma, and they're going to. I like the Abba pick.
A potential flex Abaddon, which is 3, 5, or 1 potentially, depending on what region you come from. And bait, they're South American, so 1 is a boss. I mean, they're South American and they're playing in CIS, which are the only 2 regions that have ever run Abaddon carries. There we go, right? It's the potential.
Yeah, Nightfall plays it, right? I think.
Yes, Nightfall, because he's good friends with Hector. Abaddon, though. On top of this, what he does, and it's really useful, is he provides save, but he's particularly good against Beastmaster. I was talking the last about how if you pick anti-carry lineup with heroes like Enigma or like Beastmaster, etc., these heroes work really well to stop for like one lance work. In this game, though, the Abaddon is supposed to be protect carry, whatever you pick up. I've never seen bait play with anything that's not RD as a win. So if you know this, and you kind of heroes that really punish your carry being the win.
Yeah, I've been seeing them a little bit more now, actually, especially in Snow Sweet Snow, where their opponents. I think I've seen this second phase 3-hero ban of the TB, Troll, and Medusa probably like 4 times already. And even they pick the Monkey King, so they're not going to give RDO the opportunity to even pick Monkey, which is another hero he tends to go for as well. The only other hero I've seen RDO play is, besides the heroes that are hero or banned already, is Weaver. I'm trying to think of another RDO here. I'm sure he could play like a Jog, right? Something pretty
But Weaver,
like basic.
Arc Warden, terribly Medusa.
Oh, the Arc Warden's still here. Yeah, that's a good point.
We've seen him play Ursa. Got 1 game of Ursa.
I believe that because Ursa is meta right now, but it's not a game.
This game, honestly, against now you pick up a Monkey King, you see the Beastmaster. A lot of the RDO heroes are not. Medusa is the only one that's still
banned.
But she's been.
Of course.
I know.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know what you pick here. Maybe the Weaver, but the Weaver versus all the single target right now, or plenty of like single target. It's looking like pretty bad Weaver game. Well, right? Because Roar into Lift or Fable to break your Linkins into Lift into Silence. It's all real bad. It's all real bad. I just don't think that's a hero you can get away with picking here.
The Weaver matchup is a Monkey. You're mainly a physical hero and have to deal with Wukong's command. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Though I do agree that the Weaver Abaddon is a pretty.
Generally, yeah.
If they run it, it's not too crazy, right? But
maybe they run a core Wisp. Why not?
Not good to hear. He's not a good hero.
You don't think RDO could do it?
It's not about him being able to do it.
You know what PuckChamp would do? PuckChamp, like they would see it. They would be like, yeah, not a good Wisp game, and then they'd go. You'd hear the beeps and boops right now. I think that's a mid Mars.
Yeah, most likely. Not that good against Puck, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
And also, you can decide to lane the Monkey against it, which is okay. It's not bad, but Monkey will get his farm, and with the increased experience, it's a lot better than Monkey versus Mars in one of the long lanes. So you're happier, I think, running the Monkey mid, because then you get the Jingu a little bit faster, and then you're able to actually kind of just harass the Mars away from the creep.
Yeah, I mean, if it's in the middle lane, I think Mars has more options against you, because as well. But if it's against the Puck, I don't see that. Oh, ban the Chen. Whew. PBE has something to say about that. I don't know. The draft by Bay is just so confusing as to what hero is playing what role that I reserve my judgment here, but I'm not loving it. I'm liking Winstrike's consistent draft much.
Yeah, the only thing I'm pretty sure about here for the side of bait is that we do need a carry, so Winstrike are going to continue running down RDO's Dota buff and banning out the next couple of heroes. So Arc Warden, it's not a good Weaver game, so they'll be fine, honestly, if so they're not going to ban it. What's another RDO hero?
We have no more out of heroes.
You ban. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if the Ursa has that fun of a matchup here, though. Like, I think you're okay letting an Ursa in. I mean, I agree with you. Like, that's an RDO hero. But I think you're fine if you let Ursa, because you've got, what, Dream Coil, Rubik's Decent, or Monkey King.
But actually not a good lineup against Ursa. Master not great.
seconds remaining.
Goal is a problem. Monkey King versus Ursa is kind of like Ursa favored until Monkey King gets enough farm.
Remaining.
It's not too bad. I also don't love it. There are much better picks. There are much better picks. If RDO could just expand his pool a bit here today and show us something different, like, you know, PL Nagasar are pretty decent here, for example. PA is also an old RDO here, that's true. Like, PL is pretty good here, honestly. Puck is a problem, but everything.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Monkey can always go for the Maelstrom build to try and deal with it, but that's not a great solution whatsoever.
Yeah. What other heroes could...
Seconds remaining.
Obviously, all the good heroes kind of good.
I think
Ash. Is
carry Abba.
Yeah, I think so. Which has been, I said it earlier, right?
Yeah,
It's
you
the thing
did.
they do. So Mars 3, Lesh mid, Abaddon, carry, Enigma 5, Shadow Shaman 4. If that's the case, it's actually a pretty decent lineup though, I'm not gonna lie. I like the Lesh much more to punish the puck than the Mars. Mars 3 against Monkey, as we mentioned, is okay. Yeah, Monkey is good against you, but Mars can survive that lane. And Abaddon is great against Beastmaster. One of the hardest counters to Beastmaster. And now if you see this, your whole anti-carry line stick that you had is done.
Yeah, they got to play this game pretty lockstep though with this lineup, because the supports you have to fall back on aren't really the best for you this game. All right, so position 5 Enigma, he's not really built to delay the game like that. He's built for him to get a little bit of space. I think he plays for best when he can, as a 5, when he can get a little bit of space and he can come in at around like 20, like 30 minutes when you're going for like the GG push against Winstrike with a big old blink initiation sort of deal.
Okay, interesting choice to go Storm Spirit against.
Gonna say, is that not kind of a Lesh favorite matchup here?
That's a very Lesh favorite, particularly because he pushes tower super early. Yeah, I don't know if they thought that it was gonna be like Mars mid, or they thought RDO was gonna be playing Lesh Rack or whatever. Weird pick, particularly because, I mean, this gives you a secondary win condition, a hero that's pretty good against Abba, because you actually lock down the Storm. That's one of the issues that it has. But once again, Bonta style and Echo Saber, that's the build that you go for against really fast heroes. What you end up going is just Bonta style Echo, you get the immediate silence. All you need is like a second stun, so even Mal work against that. You have Shadow Shaman for Storm as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of scared of. Even, yeah, like you said, even Malefice could really ruin Reable's day here, can't it?
Yeah, because Abba, once he gets Manta Echo, you are enough to pretty much insta-side.
Kind of scary.
So you need like BKB or Yols on a Storm, maybe?
I like Bates draft.
Me too.
I like Bates draft. I like the carry Abba. I'm not gonna lie. I think
it's a good carry Abba game.
The hardest counter Abba, in my opinion, is completely unironically the Enchantress.
Why?
Well, because, you know, carry Abba, once they see the Ench, they just have to run them down all the time. No, I mean, not really, right? Because it's not that strong of a hero. Abba can just nuke her down with Miscoil, or just the shields just popping are enough usually to just kill an Ench on accident. Yeah, it's not a bad game whatsoever here, actually, from the side of Bait.
Yeah. I like it a lot too.
Again, I just think they have to win the early game, which shouldn't be too difficult considering you do have the Lesh versus Storm in the mid lane. Sexy Fat, his lane's going to be probably the hardest here, but even then, having, you know, position 4 Shaman there against the Monkey King be pretty conducive. Successful laning too. Yeah,
because all you need to do is shackle him or hex him or whatever while he's trying to get a Jingle Mastery off, and then you spear him right after, or, you know, you have a lot of ways to deal with him. I think his puck is pretty good against Shaman though. So Puck 5 is going to be a really useful tool. Okay, we'll see how that works out. I don't love the Storm pickup last though. I feel like we have to get some more game potential for the team because they realize that Bait is going to be able to withstand this early push really well. That's one of the things that Abba does very well. He doesn't create any pressure or anything. Really hard to kill early mid, right? So as opposed to a Wraith King, for example, which is, by the way, played the exact same way as the Abaddon. As opposed to a Wraith King, you are useless for the first 20 minutes, but you are unkillable as well. So there's no way they can gank you unless they commit a lot of resources to you, which makes the game for Bait much safer. And you have Enigma, Shaman, and Mars to just deep push lane, Leshrac as well. It's a pretty good forward at one round.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. Get out of their windows. No, I mean, I completely agree with you, actually. That's a good point. I didn't really remember. Yeah, Borrowed Time is fantastic against these sort of we're going to dive you lineups, right? I mean, even Beastmaster probably going to reserve the Roar for someone else, anyone else probably, but the Abba, unless you're positive he no longer has that Borrowed Time ready to go.
Exactly, and then since you can just activate Borrowed Time in the middle of the... You have no silences either besides Waning Rift as well. So that means that or maybe Storm Orchid later. I don't know how much you want to use that against an Abba. Because the point is that if you stun him, right, especially with proper rolls, you can him down to Borrowed Time, etc. etc. But if he just has borrowed time and just runs away, then you don't have the option to set up behind him. You don't have the option to actually use Primal Roar effectively. So it's just a completely canceled ability. And if you use Primal Roar or anything else, a Phonic Shield will also help it.
See how much here to get experience? He is.
That's pretty smart, actually.
He's a scoundrel.
That's pretty smart.
Oh, I agree, actually.
Good way to deal with Enigma 5. He's been playing against Lich for a year. Now Enigma is the new plague.
Oh, it's better than position 4 jungling Huskar, at least, right?
I don't know. That one is game. I think it's the best thing. I played in one of my ranked matches.
Oh, yeah? How many reports did you get? Is that who I had in Overwatch the other day? That must be it.
We won that game. It's actually pretty strong. Don't play in a rank. Particularly in SCA ranked. It's not about the reports, it's about the racist insult.
Ah.
Yeah.
Pretty solid left player, though. Probably going to be opting for to just boot the Storm out lane really quickly. Lightning Storm versus Storm, as well as a couple point splitter. Probably maybe 202, and then he's just going to max Diabolic Edict, I assume.
I wouldn't even put 2 point Lightning Storm. I think just 1 point Lightning Storm, 2 point splitter. Because you're going to push a Storm out of lane regardless, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So I think you just go for the ultimate pushing build, try to take advantage of this. Because the reason why Lesh is such a good counter to Storm is that he's one of the few heroes that can win the lane, or at least rival it. It doesn't really matter if you win it. Is the fact that level 6, Storm likes to go to the jungle, and then you punish that very hard. Very similar to how DP plays against Storm, except DP relies on a big ultimate, and you rely on a 20-second cooldown.
I also really like Duster position 5 here because a lot like the Chen, you essentially deny the usage of the boars early on. So you can see he actually took level 1 in the X's. Now that the boar's up, Duster goes, oh boy, he's actually our demonic conversion, the range creep here.
Yeah.
But you can see they're hiding the boar, right? They gotta protect it.
It's a good idea actually to deal with the Beastmaster, the Enigma 5, you know, when the Engine and the Chen are not available because they're trash. So you rather just pick Enigma 5.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good answer. I think CM has also fallen out of favor in the meta. So Enigma 5 does her role a bit better. And she still brings a big team fight to the table. He still brings a team fight. Well, it's one of the primordial forces, right? Do they have a gender? No. What, are you looking at stats to see if it says there?
I mean, listen, I don't really know. I mean, you know, we'll just go with he, I suppose. The Enigma.
The Enigma. I mean, it
is. I mean, demon though, which is the weird thing.
Radiant's courier.
Do they even subscribe to all Earth norms?
No.
Probably not. I should bet. Maybe they just base their society based on how many humans you've tortured.
I mean, again, I'm not really too sure.
RDO displaying that Fate Bolt damage is gonna make his lane much easier. This lane is impossible to win. He's one of the strong laners. I would argue he's maybe the strongest carry laner in the game, even above the Troll, which is considered widely strongest Troll Ursa.
Yeah, like in the laning stage, right?
Yes, that's why I said laning carries.
Of course.
Yeah, so with that, the Baton should be kind of okay. I can't imagine it too much. Monkey King will have an okay lane, but like I said, there's ways to deal with Monkey King as long as you know how to play against
This might be a kill. It is.
Yeah. Well, that second point working out for them. That second point, Lightning Storm guaranteed the hit or the kill.
And a couple of tips back and forth. Yeah, I don't know. This is normally what I see on Lesh when you want to win the lane. Back when Lesh got picked all the downs, back when his Ags was still the old Ags that was really broken. Everyone thought it was a joke, and then they're like, "Oh, you just build Yules and you do a ton of damage."
No, Ags is awesome. But Nihilism is pretty good too. Particularly this game is actually nice, right? Because with the Monkey King, for example, being able to use that on him completely nullifies him. Storm can't jump onto you either with Nihilism. It's not a bad Ags.
Storm can't get his damage out either.
That's what I mean, yeah. So it's a consideration for like later stages in the game, but right now, obviously, I want to go for traditional Lesh build. It's not as good. It's not as much of a win more Ags as the last one. It's more of a defensive Ags, which is a consideration in some games.
Then he really wanted that rune. Yeah, I'm just gonna be able to beat him with brown boots.
Did you see what it was?
It was a regen, yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, sexy. Here, although they have rotated the Shaman mid, so let's catch mid real quick. Now TSA is going to be way too far away. Sexy Fett, he's a little bit too tanky. Without Diracho hitting him, there's really no chance of getting the kill with just the puck there alone.
Yeah, Sexy Fett is getting this decently, honestly. 18 last hits, 21, not bad, where the Abana's gained 26. Mind you, the Beast match has also been cancelled. This is better recovering the Mars from the lane, but ideally you still want a good lane so you can push that tower as soon as possible. I don't know if TSA is going for a cart.
Scanning.
Seems like it.
I think he wants to try and rotate on through. Yeah, they're going to scout him.
That's an awesome scan.
Yeah, he's missing
Still
for too
getting the
long.
shackles, though.
Level 2 as well here. He knows that Rabel doesn't have ball lightning yet, so he can just chase him down, buy as much time for Dendy, but that's also going to buy time here for Pantomime to rotate on through. Is that going to make the difference? Here comes Dendy, a little bit too slow, unfortunately, without the boots. Shaman is not going to be able to get that kill, but does force another rotation here.
Let's go for the one old build. Only wind lace for now.
That's going to get dewarded instantly. Yeah, that's unfortunate. They knew there was a ward there, obviously, as soon as he lightning struck from Fog.
I don't know how good a play that was if Dendy was not like preemptively rotating towards the storm, and on top of that, you didn't have boots. Cat though, bottom lane, they do get the Curse of Avernus off on him, and that means a lot of damage coming from everybody, including the Eidolons. Duster trying his best to body block him, but telekinesis stops the body block from happening, and Cat won't be able to get away. Nice telekinesis there.
That was a good one. Still relatively short cooldown. He has only level 2, so it's a little bit actually kind of hard to get such a precise one there, but he knew that he had to lift faster to make sure they didn't get the body block off. RDO having a fantastic time here, though, with the basically Orb of Venom alone, and he's going to be finishing off his phase boots, his stick, make that wand, and going into the... Oh, Burancho is going to go down. Okay. Oh, even level 6. That was just Dendy ganking.
Yeah, Dendy just ganked him, took an easy kill using the Pulse Nova, surprised amount of burst damage, and now you go to the mid lane. Look at Rabel, by the way. He would love right now to just be able to go jungle and get to level 6. But unfortunately, he's trying to stay mid to make sure that Dendy can't free push this. And this is what Leshrac or DP forces you as you're playing Storm. It makes your game worse because you have to do more rolls than you should. It's sucking for him a bit. The board's annoying RDO now because it's finally level 2 boards. Not going to be enough. Once he gets level 3 boards, then I think RDO might start to suffer a bit more.
Mid lane, they are going to catch the Storm here yet again with the shackles with the TP out from Rubik are going to scare them away. Invis rune as well, active for the Storm. No detection here, so they're going to be A-okay.
Just went for the Mars. We have a read though. Shield. You're forcing so many rotations mid, and that allows bottom to just be free like this exactly. Cat in trouble, gonna die to the Curse of Avernus, extra attack speed, and that's the power of the Leshrac mid. Force rotations to save the tower, that's fine, and save your mid laner as well ideally, but because that your 4 is also always the one to rotate, you know that the Abaddon can just get a free kill. It's one of the few advantages that having a strong carry laner, right, will give you, like Lifesteal or Abaddon. Can threaten towers, they can actually put pressure in the bottom lane and they can easily.
Great camp for Rebel here. He stacked it twice, double stacked, and he didn't get any what's called bug golems. In fact, he even had 1 Dark Soul Summoner, so a little bit more farm for him. So this will come to catch up nicely.
Nice. Pretty good. It's a pretty good recovery by Storm as Yamich covered the mid lane with constant Fate Bolt spamming. Not bad, honestly. Dendy has not been able to use this 5-minute catapult. Has been stuck here in the middle, like the limbo of the lane forever. And took a fair amount of damage with it. He wants to defend this one, but he knows he pushes the lane. Yeah, catapult is just done for because he's going to go into the tower and commit suicide.
Yeah, poor thing. Yeah. Poor thing, it's too dumb for its own good. It's so important, but it sees tower, it kills tower.
I'm wondering if it has a brain. Like, is there someone in the catapult, or is it just like a sentient machine?
Not anymore. It's sentient machine because you can't convert them anymore.
Oh, it's true.
You can't dominate them, you can't wholly persuade them, you can't enchant them.
I mean, if religion doesn't work, it must be a machine, right?
It must be a machine. Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's how you determine.
The only thing powerful enough to control them are the ancients themselves. Boom. Look at that. Little do you know, Netflix has already contacted me for the 2nd season of the anime.
Who cares about Netflix? I wonder if Slacks has contacted you for his orgasm. That's what I want to know.
I guess so, right?
That's what you really know you've made it in the lore world. Not the anime.
Did you Slacks consultant on the anime?
I bet all the voice actors gone have an MR below 2K.
So there's an Omni Knight running around with a hand of Midas in the jungle.
And just a bunch of screaming.
Yeah, it takes Omni Knight forever to use all of his abilities.
He's clicking on them.
Because he's clicking on them.
Because his Midas is the dollar sign for some reason.
4.
Yeah.
That's a
best
very
clip
good
of
one.
all time. Radiance on the Abaddon is halfway done. Not bad. Actually, pretty good time for it. I'm not going to go for the Midas build this game. I've noticed that both Nightfall and Hector these days are not going for the Midas anymore on the Abaddon. They used to go Midas Radiance. Now it's just straight up Radiance. I guess the Abaddon Midas Radiance is just a bit too slow. And you much rather go for the Manta style early. So I agree to this point. That's where your damage comes from, by the way. Sexy Fat has the Arena Blood. I don't think he has time to use it though. Silence is too strong, and that's going to be Sexy Fat losing his life. Shackles though, they're going to counter kill with a Black Hole onto 3. No, onto 2 alone. A follow from Dendy. That's going to guarantee at least 1 kill. The second one being the Monkey King. Nothing that Pantomime can do to save his cores. What a nice Shackles into Black Hole. Really well done.
Yeah, I think the quote-unquote optimal play there was going to be to make sure Pantomime is stuck in there as well, but it's more important to make sure that the Wukong's command and the Storm don't... Sorry, no Wukong's command, right? The Boundless Strike, and that the Storm doesn't zip away. You know, where other people would have gotten tried to get like a clip for their highlight reel, TSA takes the guaranteed kills onto the two important heroes there. He lets the puck leave because there's no threat now that Waiting Rift's been used. And nice rotation out from Duster, although he is going to die in the mid lane to Rabel.
Oh, bottom lane though, there's a kill happening as the Baron is chasing after Cheshire Cat, but instead the rotation's coming in from Rubik. They do find up the Mars. And he has Arena, but I don't know, again, not enough time to use it. And Sexy Fast is going to accept the death here, giving enough time for the Abaddon to get away. Still not great.
Yeah, Stolen Midnight Pulse doing quite the number to him there. So even if you set up the Arena, he was going to die with Midnight Pulse regard. TSA looking to gank the mid lane. Oh, nearly got the Hex off, of course. Trying to really punish that level 1 Ball Lightning cast point, which is a little bit longer. He really needs to, like, what is he kind of does like a Mario stance before he decides to Ball Lightning.
What, the Storm? Yeah, he has to, like, show off, you know.
Yeah, I think he stands up on one foot and prepares, like, a running animation. A lot like how the Flash would do it if you kind of... Right?
Yeah, it's kind of close to that. It's true, it's true. He lifts his...
Oh, there it is. Yeah, he lifts the one foot. He goes, getting ready to run.
Well, because in Ball Lightning, he turns, right? So he has to, like, use that momentum.
You're right.
Go fast.
Yeah, you're right.
It makes more sense to Flash doing that. By the way, Enigma's a he. Thank you, chat, guys.
Sorry?
Enigma's a he.
Oh.
They went into the lore to
that's what I kind of figured. I don't know.
There's no visible parts, but I guess, you know, whatever he wants to call himself, right?
Sure. I mean, I don't think that's... I don't know.
That's how I determine people. I'm like a Dragon Ball character.
Might be in some trouble here mid lane. We don't have Black Hole, but we do have Arena. No vision here either as the heroes are smoked up. Yamish now, so it's going to break, but they still have no idea what awaits them in the trees. Lots of heroes missing off the map, so good positioning though by the rest of Winstrike not to get caught here. Zandy's trying to bait him behind Tier 1 tower, but I think Winstrike, they've seen this play once or twice before. Necker one's now joining from Cheshire Cat. Doesn't have enough mana for the roar, but now with the clarity, he's pretty close. As they will be able to scout Sexy Fat now, as well as TSA, thanks to the hot cardio. Just continuing to farm here, lots of space created, and we will generate lots of money here. Nearly has enough money already for the relic here. 12 minutes in. It's kind of scary.
Usually about timing for Radiance like 60 minutes in. Farm normally, the game is going to be like 14, so it's the extra timing for Radiance. Which I will quote. My favorite quote whenever you see a Baron carry is that the first time that RTT saw it, you know, I played in a pub, right? He was playing against Hector and he went, how the fuck? He tried it the next game. He goes, how the fuck does Hector farm on this hero? I have no clue. Because he was actually really struggling to find farm, and Hector always gets his Radiance as a really good timing. And he just didn't understand how the hero worked, and he said this on the stream. It was very frustrating.
Well, that was actually the only words RTZ said all stream, and then it shut down. As the RTG streamers normally like to go.
Well, it comes and goes as it pleases. You don't get to own the RTG stream. It's a free stream.
It's a free stream. It's a lot like street performers. You know, they just kind of like they're there and then they're not.
Except for TG stream does not ask you for money.
No, it doesn't. But people still shower with it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have to give out the hat. People just do it anyway. I don't know how they do it in America as well.
The hat? No, it's like the open violin guys usually Rabel. And zip away.
You guys street performers are some really weak ass, dude. Where are your dancers, man?
Our dancers?
Yeah, we have a bunch of break dancers from Barcelona. They always have the hat.
What? Well, I don't know. I mean,
funnily enough, they're all American as well.
Do you know you can play the violin with a hat on, right?
Nope.
You can't play it with a helmet on though, because you need to get your chin there to the chin rest.
That's a good fun fact there. That's your cat. I don't know. They can kill. Actually, I don't know if TSA is gonna kill or he's just gonna die.
Oh, he's gonna be able to run away though. Now, might even snipe a courier or two. No, I don't think he's got enough damage. Yeah, he's gonna take the safe play and TP out instead. He'd be long dead before he could probably get a courier.
Oh look, that's the actual animation he does when he ball lightnings, right? On the storm remnant.
This one?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Then when you lift your leg and you're like going somewhere.
Yeah, it's like I said. It kind of reminds me of like the Flash whenever they do like the comic book effects in the newer movies.
No,
right?
I love it. The design of this hero is very well done. He's a cocky, insufferable person.
He really is.
It could be a cat.
Could be a cat. Arcane Rune now for the cat. He's very happy to get this one. Veil of Discord finished up for the puck, so we got a lot of magic damage here. And even a nice little rune to refill the bottle. That's going to be... he bucketed it, of course, because he wants Arcane for a fight. Put up right away. Nice play there.
Cool. The Arcane for the Storm, not as good as the Regen, of course, but still decent, especially early when you struggle with the mana usage and you don't have your any of your mana regen yet. Once he gets the Orchid, though, I think is when you... Oh, Enigma. Black hole, yes. They're committing to this. How fast is the follow-up? Pretty slow. It is sexy fat.
Dire's top
But he has the arena of blood. Is he going to use it? Dratch is a bit too fast. They're canceling those jumps, but not for long enough. Okay, that was a very hopeful black hole.
It was just no backup. Duster, he was just going, I don't want you farming here anymore, and just went for it.
His name is Sexy Fat, not Sexy Fast.
You gotta respect the play though out from Duster. He sees a black hole opportunity, he's just gonna throw it down.
Yeah, but it's not about your black hole, right? It's about the follow-up to the black hole.
Well, you know, like Shiver, like Puppy says, it's about the threat of the black hole.
Yeah, which you just don't have anymore because you just used it, so now there's no threat.
And now there is no threat, absolutely not. No, you're correct.
What are you doing? Stop forcing that quote everywhere,
I
dude.
don't know what you're talking about.
That quote, you will mention that quote in games where there's no Enigma.
Sometimes I will, but you know what? There's an Enigma here, so I'm not forcing it, am I? Smoked up here. We just have Necro Book 2. This Arcane Rune is going to self-deploy here in just about a couple of seconds, within 15 seconds anyway, so they're going to look to use it now. As in, they're going to go on to Sexy Fat. He's showing them the rear. This should be an easy kill. There's no black hole count initiation. There's going to be now a stun. Just make sure they can get the kill on the Duster. As TSA running in, will lose his life as well. Rape looking for more. Duster, a very easy target. That's a double kill for him already. RDO TP'd in. Doesn't want to be here. Doesn't actually have the point for borrowed time yet, but he's not going to be forced to use it as the Radiant's just being delivered there. Unfortunately, him and Den, the only to survive. There's no roar, but there is still a Wukong command and still 5 heroes alive for Winstrike, so they're going to have to concede and acquiesce the mid-tier 1 tower.
And now you're going to lose Ashok as well because the Orc is ready, and this is going to be a huge misplay, I think, that gives enemy team a massive advantage now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you were winning until now. You're still not ready to fight, and still I mean, I won't say you force a fight, but you stand there kind of hoping you can defend the tower. There's no way you can do this. The ratings are still not up on, sorry, the ratings just got up on RDO. You're not ready to fight until you get Manta, most likely, or the next enemy goes up, and you know that Orc is up on Storm, right? So this is the time that Winstrike is just a bit stronger than you, and you have to accept that. Also, that was a really haphazard team fight, right? You can't just go in like university psychology experiment. You have to wait out, actually have a plan for the fight, and don't use your Shadow Shaman or your Enigma as the frontliners on.
What do you mean? You're saying that it wasn't a good move for them to become the stun guards there and just start blasting people with the fire extinguishers and try and fight?
That wasn't a university. That was a Bard. I mean, he did use it like he was already a PhD research experiment.
Well, it is.
Time for prison experiment.
Well,
it's because he had the approval of university. It's not making him a student.
Oh, it's I'm looking to counter initiate the coil on the 2. There's actually not enough follow-up for now, especially with Sexy Fat and Dust. They will be able to pop, however, the borrowed time of RDO. And that's going to force back the debate. Looking for an opening. Great arena, though. We have level 2 spotlight, and then able to catch him. Another roar here from Duster. And they're using looking to kill onto him. Another silence now on a Sexy Fat, though. He's done able to leave his own arena. Bound the strike will secure the kill. And I believe that is arena of blood stolen as well for Yamich. Now in their pocket, and a 3K net lead for Winstrike after another decisive fight in their favor in the mid lane.
You're seeing this game, and you can actually tell that the bait, beautiful arena by the way, to zone them out. But they throw the arena, they put the Enigma in the middle just to threaten with a potential black hole Malefice. And you can see RDO has a moment of like, guys, can we fight this? And this team is like, no, leave, please, RDO, because he had to double back there and almost die for free to Winstrike. Almost died there for free to Winstrike, despite the sacrifice of the Arena of Blood, despite the sacrifice as well of the Enigma. So I'm glad that they actually managed to convince RDO to not play aggressively. And Dendi does the same thing now in the mid lane.
It's the 3rd death in a row.
The same spot as well.
I think they may have wards here.
Also, this is the mid lane. You don't have your tier 1 here. The enemy team does have their tier 1. This is now the dead lane. It's how it works, guys. In SCA, they figured this out 6 months ago. I think it's about time that you guys figure it out too.
Duster, he's going to have a Tinker ward up. And he's not going to deward it on purpose here to try and make sure Cheshire Cat doesn't scout out the ward that they've gotten out on the high ground.
Enigma's like, I thought the trees would save me, but not against the true lumberjack.
No trees can exist this game. Nice job there. He's going to use the Paladin. Stolen arena, though, after the Blink Dagger initiation is Duster. He's going to go down. There's demonic conversion stolen. Pocket there's Cheshire Cat picks the kills using the Necro 3 units, and this will be then it's your 2 tower down. Meanwhile, top lane, Fancy Monday is going to be making sure he's babysitting the Storm Spirit. That's going to allow him to get the jump, or to not get the jump, rather, onto Rabel. So off and away he goes, and the tier 2 tower is going to get fortified, but it still should be falling here without much of a battle out from Bait.
No, a tower down in the bottom lane will fall. And that was just the anti-tree lineup. You had the Arena Blood and the Beastmaster. It's kind of difficult to try to defend those. Kind of a play, actually. That bottom tier 2 is usually kind of easy to defend for Radiant. Not the case here, because you're also a bit behind. And Winstrike is starting to take the lead in this game. When will it join team fights? The question. When will Dendi stop giving his life away like this? Maybe that was just a bait. Okay. That's all preparation for this. They do have the Black Hole ready. They catch the Monkey King in the pot. The follow-up is not there. They catch the Black Hole immediately. Duracho's dead finally. No, Duracho actually avoids the damage. Instead, they murder 3 heroes in big with a single Primal Roar. Never thought the Primal Roar area damage was actually kind of relevant, but worked out here. As they chase after RDO, no borrowed time, but doesn't really matter as he has enough tankiness to outrun them.
Oh, Shackle's stolen. They're not done quite yet. Damage is going to find one more. Increased cast range. Thank you very much. Thanks to the Supremacy, but do have the hard dispel. And TSA, well, he's safe for now, but he's going to run right back into danger here, potentially. Yeah, he's going to go. He wants that one creep. It had to die. Great fight there from Winstrike yet again. It looked like a fantastic engage. I'm not going to lie. Up from the side of Bait. They catch the Monkey King with Black Hole. BK beat up. They fight perfectly in a choke point, exasperated by the existence of the blood. But they turn that one around thanks to a nicely timed roar out from Chetricat. They didn't need that for the kill down bottom, which means they had it there. I will say that Duster, he was patient enough to run in and show himself after Yimich already stole Shackles. That was a nice play by him at the very least, but the turn was too good from Winstrike, and now they find themselves down 9k 21 minutes in. Winstrike, they want to punch their ticket to the upper division here with the win. Bates, or no matter who they're playing against, it doesn't look like anyone could really stop them right now the way they're playing.
No, it doesn't seem like Bait the contingency plan for these constant initiations at Winstrike. They don't have right now an option to initiate because yes, your Black Hole is great and so is your Mars Arena, but they've both fallen behind in terms of farms, which means the initiation becomes much more difficult for them. I feel like Dendi has died way too many times. Like maybe the first or second death are kind of justifiable because of the fact that, well, you're getting caught out in a position that, but now it's gotten to the point where it's like, Dendi, please. You know, it's been too many deaths. You need to stop playing this aggressive.
But with the Yules, you know, there's always like this, like
counter-initiate them kind of idea.
Yeah, like, oh, don't worry, I'll use my Pulse Nova, I'll use my Edict, I'll Yules. That's going to be 2.5 seconds where I'm just doing damage to them. Then we can turn there. Like, I understand it, but you're right. It's not. It's just that it didn't work in here for Sexy Fat either. Held up, PSA nearby, nice Hex on Duracho, unfortunately stolen Shackles there. Oh, going to be 4-1, Hex on the Shaman. They're going to drop the TP with the Vortex, and they're going to steal Hex now here on the Yamich. And look at this cast range now, especially with the 8th Lens and Arcane Supremacy Max. A very good Rubik game here, to be honest. Lots of great spells to be stealing, and really...
I think it's better than Black Hole, not going to lie here right now. Like, obviously, Black Hole is great for turning team fights around, but right now, Hex and Shackles to carry around with you, it's much more useful.
Yeah, they still scout RDO because these wards have not been dewarded, so Rapel can make the jump in. He's got the DD rune active, but they want to make they can get the best. Oh, okay, RDO's going to... Okay, RDO? Okay, realize this is a bad idea because they're going to scout to the Beastmaster down bottom. Instead, they're going to go for the Calendar Dendi. He turns up the Yules, but he's still silent, so that means Puck's able to close the gap. Electric Vortex out from Rapel. Duster's able to keep it away just in time. That's enough money for the BKB now for the Storm Spear, but Dendi, yet again, he's going to take his 4th death here at the bottom lane.
I'm not sure they're surprised by how fast Winstrike. It's the seen this happening from Bait like 4 or 5 times in a row now, where the heroes get caught out in the wrong lane. Winstrike is, I mean, if Winstrike would at least like TP to you, I'd be like, understandable, sure. But instead, what Winstrike is doing is, I mean, they're just going from lane to lane with a smoke or even walking, and you don't see them in the map for a while, and you still proceed to farm that. I'm not really sure what they're doing.
Or in RDO's case, you start to channel the 6-second duration to capture the outpost 22 minutes in.
What is Bait? What is Bait's objective?
I don't know.
Why do they keep doing this with your hero?
I mean, it's not like you're on the classic RDO 4 Protect 1 sort of strategy either, where it's okay if we take this death here because RDO TP, now he's got one more item, right? I don't know if it's really the same effect here for the Abba.
No, especially because even let's say Abba is terrible here, right?
Okay.
Problem is that you're still not doing that because every time that they catch you, Abba is right behind you, and he just doesn't get caught by Miracle, right? By a Miracle, sorry.
Miracle joins the game.
Joins the game.
He catches AM. Yeah. He uses Mana Void.
It leaves.
It's like I hate it when that happens.
It's like an assistant smash. Anyway, what I meant though is that RDO is not getting space because you're not creating space away from him. You're creating space right next to him, which makes him just not be able to farm despite you dying. So then I question what's the space equation here. Even if the Abaddon you think is a hard late game carry, which he is to be fair, he can really carry a game solo, and it's a decent game. It's not TB level, but it works. But of course, if you don't create space for him the proper way, then that's never going to work out. And you're still losing a lot of your other heroes, which are very low on net worth now, and haven't recovered whatsoever.
I see what you're saying. I mean, like, that's the wrong move to be making if this is a TB instead of an ABBA. I would say with the ABBA, maybe they're kind
of forced fights?
I mean, I still don't understand it, but at least with the ABBA, he is capable of like kind of tanking ganks with the borrowed time. He's a little tankier. He can fight a little bit earlier than the TB. But I mean, you're still correct. You're still
I agree with that, but then don't leave Dendi.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to commit to a fight and want to bait with ABBA, which I think is fine, especially now that he has Mon, go ahead, but don't leave with Dendi again.
Yep. That makes sense. Lead with Sexy Fat. That's a little bit better, at least.
I mean, yeah, lead with anything that's not Dendi and Duster, which seems to be your two leads until now.
Oh, catch. It's for...
Okay, it's RDO leading, though. He wants to take the tower so badly.
He's going to get it.
Well, sort of. Rubik denies it. Oh, from behind, they go for Duster. He has Black Hole, punishing the Storm's initiation. Can they kill him? That was a pretty good Black Hole, but unfortunately the Black Hole gets cancelled, and instead they just go for the Beastmaster. Everyone on Beta died. It's 3 buyback. They do take away the Aegis away from Duracho, as Dendi fights him head on, but it's a bit too difficult. Dendi will also fall. It's RDO without borrowed time. He's nothing. He's nobody. He has to run away as a Winstrike is going to try the same because the buybacks are finally coming in, and the reinforcement will win the team fight for Bait as RDO almost dies to the statues. Shackle will stop this puck. They do promo the Mars as they lose Appa to the Axis, and they lose Mars a second time as well. TSA dropping his items. No, that was not TSA, was it?
Nope, it was Yamage.
That was Yamage dropping his items as he's chasing after TSA. I mean, they just committed, what, 3 diebacks there? Yeah, but 3 diebacks.
I mean, that's kind of the game here for Bait, unfortunately. I think this is a team that they don't really like to call GG until it's officially over, but I mean, Yamage is just dropping all of his items right now underneath the tier 3 tower.
They know.
They've committed 3 diebacks there. I thought they might have had an opportunity to take that fight and potentially kill onto the Storm. I didn't see what canceled the Black Hole. Was it just the damage from the Wukong's command statues?
I really don't know.
Because it was... Oh, hold that thought.
But he died, though. Until after the Black Hole.
Dendi's in trouble. Can he survive this? This is BKB used. They're not going to have the damage. Because it was about to be Roar from Cheshire Cat, but then RDO, he pops the Manta style a little bit preemptively to make sure he can actually silence Cheshire Cat using the illusions, right? Because the illusions, of course, do carry the Curse of Avernus, and I thought that was a sick play, but it just didn't matter, unfortunately. They still kind of lack the damage. For the Storm Spirits, who just jumps in like a madman, but is able to kick off the team fight right around him. The follow-up from Winstrike is beautiful. They do end up getting that second kill here on the Monkey King at a very heavy cost. However, they still lose RDO at the tail end of that engagement, and I think Winstrike, with an 8 net worth lead, they're pretty happy with how this one's going.
I got a question why RDO as well in those teams. So you get a Black Hole into 2 heroes for a Monkey King, and then your best bet is to go for the Beast. I mean, I get it, you stop the promo Roar from coming out, which I guess is an annoyance, but is that really your role in the fight, right? Can you not put more damage, particularly to
right,
the Monkey King at Aegis, sure.
Maybe that should be like Shaman, for example, just getting a hack or a shackle into the... I don't know, I'm just like throwing thoughts out there, right?
Yeah.
I agree. It's really weird because it's like Dendi was in there doing damage, but even then they couldn't get the kill thanks to the pipe that's now fully completed here for the Beastmaster. Oh, speaking of Beastmaster,
okay, that's spear.
They're gonna miss the spear, but Dendi's he's not gonna miss the stun, and they also drop the Serpent Wards. But in the back, TSA already getting jumped now by Rabel. Dream Coil on to Roar as well. Dendi stunned up to his BKB. They've lost 2. They've stolen Serpent Wards as well. Dendi and now Sexy Fat will go down. Duracho just joining the fight a little bit too quick there. Rabel as well without even a BKB Avo. He's just free to run around in these fights and murder everyone on the side of Bait.
That spear was a bit of a meme. You know the I am spear number 3356. I was just thrown. That's what it reminded me of.
No, I've never seen that one before.
Never seen that?
No.
I was thrown by Dendi a while back, and someday I'll hit an objective. I'm still flying, something like that. That was the meme.
Oh my goodness!
I'm sure the cat will spam it.
You found Phantom. No, I've never seen that.
It's my favorite Mars meme, and that was exactly the right time to spam that meme because like it wasn't even close. It was like a miss. It was just like There's parallax error and there's just that.
Yeah, he just missed it. It happens sometimes, but yeah, the miss spear was definitely not going to be the perfect follow-up they needed. Because I mean, Chester Cat a little bit out of position there. Of course, there's only so much position you could be out of when your team is as mobile as having a Storm and a Monkey King and a Puck and a Rubik with Blink. Right, they're just like right there with you almost immediately, and that was very apparent as Bait. They immediately lose 4 heroes at the talent of that engagement.
Well, same as much out of position as you can be when the enemy team is up a +4. And I mean +4 because genuinely, if you told me that if you put any other 4 heroes in the place of Leshrac or Mars, Shadow Shaman, and Enigma, I believe they're equal. Honestly, they have 0 farm, no impact whatsoever. It's really just the Enigma Black Hole occasionally coming out and still getting cancelled. And a bad and killing us. You need to recover farm when you're Lesh, dude. Lesh is so underfarmed in this game. Perhaps supposed to be a much more impactful hero. You didn't pick Lesh to be this underfarmed. You didn't pick Mars to be this underfarmed either.
Yeah, Mars, I mean, less farm than the position 5. Puck, who now has the full Aghanim Scepter, which is going to be fantastic for locking down Dendy through his long duration BKB. In the meantime, fight already kicking off. RDO, they managed to catch the Dodge. He's going to be killed off before we get the BKB off. Able though with his BKB now, the Vortex, they want the Duster, and they've got him now. His stolen Serpent Wards is down. Regular Wards now holding back Rabel for now as Dendy will pop his BKB and use his time to escape, regen on a bit of mana. Rabel no longer wanting to jump in without the Monkey King, and they're going to be happy to leave.
Okay. At least there they get a freebie, honestly. Not really deserved. Free, they found him, they got. So these things will happen occasionally. Winstrike did this last game to really recover, allow Bait to recover. I don't think this game is going to be.
Looks like Midnight Pulse got him out from Dusters. Nice job, Midnight Pulse.
Got him.
I was just curious.
It's still a freebie though.
Oh yeah.
These things shouldn't happen in a regular team fight, so it's not the best indication of what Bait is doing.
It's going to be courtesy of that ward placed right here.
Dude, kill the snake. Man. You have a ward. You don't.
Oh, he's scared of him. Plus, you can deny them super easily. Abba doesn't last it very quickly, so he kind of wastes his time. Yeah. That's always my favorite thing to watch. Serpent Wards deny versus a carry that doesn't auto attack very quickly. You mentioned it last game right, when we saw the Serpent Wards place top lane and Mars with the Bulwark. Same kind of idea, I think. But that was the BKB then for the Storms. Oh, actually, what's the BKB? He's had this for a long time, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He really has.
Bloodstone though.
Bloodstone.
Because he has 2 extra charges from the last fight, and now he's. Oh, that was a blink dagger.
For Storm?
Yeah, appropriate. Reduce the Baron's healer.
We got a blink
He's the only thing you have to deal with.
Maybe this is it. We still have a black hole. Look, maybe Bait in the mid lane. I think you just bait Dendy. Sure, right now they just want anyone to show up right now. 5 heroes very suspiciously missing off the map. In fact, they may have even smoked Envision given the fact that these wards exist. See what they smoked up, but of course Winstrike, they're going to be holding their triangle. Perfect defensive posturing from them, right? Phantom them here ready to break smoke as they will see the Enigma. Invis rune activated there, so they're going to back up and now smoke up for themselves. Bait, there could be the killing blow for them.
Who is supposed to initiate this? I guess Monkey King.
Chester Cat with Blink.
Maybe? What do you want? Catch the roar. I found like the roar halfway through. I mean, I guess you find Dendy. Oh, well, there we go. I guess the Dendy's in the backlines. Yeah, just catch him and murder him. Double snakes here. Which one are more useful? They've lost now, so no black hole, but Dendy's still alive. Storm wants to go back in. Dendy's dead. Sriracha is fighting to the death. He knows he can just tank this. He has so away, and they're actually last no time. Now, with a shackle from Yamich, Yo has screwed. No more healing. Out of damage. He is dead. Second shackles even. That's how long they last. Just to guarantee that kill, and that should be GG.
That should be GG pretty soon, yeah. To answer your question, what snakes are better, it's going to be Yamich's hands down because he does have the Aghanim Scepter already completed on the Rubik. His farm now is going to be above Dendy's, who was going to be the target there. Look at that. I was like Oracle. I was like, who did they blink roar? Dendy. And then immediately it happened. Just a good catch there. Good catch from Winstrike. Great execution in that fight. RDO's dead for a full minute. Doesn't have bot back. He's not anywhere close. And he's, 1,400 off because he just bought this Basher. And that's going to be probably Megas. Yeah, probably Megas.
Not Megas. I don't think you want to push that hard. I know that Winstrike, but you probably get back, honestly. There's no Abaddon.
That's what I mean, right? You push real fast with this Monkey King as well.
I guess if
he's
you
got an Abyssal. If anyone walks out of this fountain from bait, they're well farther than the tier 4s. They if they cross that line, they're going to be 100% dead. Looks like they will back off. Roshan's back in potentially now, so maybe they're going to be looking to do that and then just play this one ultra safe. With your ticket to upper division as well as I think up to $18,000 on the line, might as well secure it, right? That's what Winstrike here are playing for. No mistakes here. You know, as a result, unfortunately, I don't think they have any hard feelings towards bait, but as a result, they are at this stage going to be playing for a game 3, right? As of course, it is a 1-0 lead right now for bait. See if bait can try and swing back here and get the victory, or maybe they're just planning for a game 3 now that they're down 31K. That's a lot of items. That's a lot of. I mean, we don't have any empty slots here, and we got quite a few here, right? But
that's the real analysis here. Who has less empty slots? Well, that guy's gonna win.
Well, the team's gonna win.
Hey, if there's one team that can make this happen, it's Fate. We have seen the craziest comebacks from them.
I agree, but usually it's on like
allow me to fake hype this game.
It's normally like the RDO TB, the RDO Medusa. Well, you know. I mean, let's see. I'm hyped though. I'm hyped.
Let's see, dude.
It's gonna be about this Roche fight. Bait will go to fundamentals. They know that there's no reason to force a fight right now, other than for Roche.
That's what they have right now. They have nothing else but good.
Because they've got Black Hole Blink. That could still take it for though.
Yeah, who knows? It's a 5-man Black Hole, and he wins in the game.
I don't know. It probably wouldn't win in the game, right? But it put him in it. It
put him in back in the game.
A little bit.
You get like 3 or 4 5-man Black Holes?
Yeah. I think you need a couple more than just one. Right now is Rabel. You madman. He's going to make the jump. RDO with the blink forward, though, is not going to be able to get that silence in time.
Was he farming that game?
Who, Rabel?
Just getting vision.
Rabel was farming the game. Yeah. Oh, they can't.
Oh, Rabel. Okay, still possible. Just wait for Rabel to do this again and get caught out.
Maybe. He doesn't have buyback on the Storm.
I blink a Lush as well.
We do. Good point. As Dendi just quick to farm the mid lane. Level 18 Pulse Nova now, so he's got a bit more damage. And a Ghost Scepter, so he can ideally live a bit longer. But of course, the rest of Bait buying out on their damage dealers here. There's really no point. It would take way too long to get into the fight, and the rest of the team would get run over without them. May as well, and they may just get run over with them even. Goes Cheshire Cat. Nope, he's going to save the boys from now, and instead going to go for Roche. Oh, that's a scary sight. Arcane in the Bottle of Storm. Uh-oh. This is real bad.
Yep, that Roche shotgun is going to fall relatively soon. There's the 5-man Black Hole opportunity, but where's the well, showed himself bottom. That's why they could go for the Roche shot.
He's got to defend the base because it is crumbling.
Oh, but that's game now. You just lost the Roche shot. There's no one who can defend this. So Rancho got stunned for there for a second. Immediately gets the kill on Sexy Fat. That's RDO fighting to his death. Time got forced out. They're body blocking RDO. He has a blink dagger though, but Rancho has one kill of mine. That's RDO. He knows there's no borrowed time. It's time to go in. Black Hole on the 2. Then follow up, but RDO stole trouble. Goes command use. And there's the stolen Black Hole. More effective than the original. And Sexy Fight fighting in the arena. Unable to do anything. It's GG.
It is GG. Yep.
We'll have to go to a game number 3.
Game number 3. That's what we were hoping here on the League Mondays. As it's going to be our last. Thank you guys for tuning in. Unfortunately, Bait unable to get victory. Unable to get the 2-0 versus Winstrike. But just by going to 3 versus Winstrike, I can't say that if I had to guess, I don't think many people would be expecting this, a 3-game series between Bait and Winstrike.
No. By the way, for this game, I'm just going to
team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Shaman.
Radiant team pick.
Puck.
10 seconds remaining.
What?
Dire team pick.
Oh, well, you know, that's what people like to do. Oh, they did pick an RDO hero already.
How can someone so nice inspire so much?
Ready? All right. 3, 2, 1.
Hello guys and welcome back. We are in the last match today for the lower division of the Eastern European DPC League, created by ESL and powered by Intel. Jump, we have a wonderful match here between determine if Bait has a chance to tie for the relegation spot and have a chance to stay in Division 2 and the lower division, sorry. And if Winstrike has a chance to avoid that tie, actually win this and go to the promotion.
In the promotion. Everyone always wants the promotion. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be a really fun next sort of season. We already know kind of what teams are getting relegated out from division, from the upper division rather. But what we don't know is who will be joining them, and that is going to be decided here in this draft, which is now underway and on your screens. We're going to have Winstrike here on our Dire side with last pick here, and Bait, well, they've already gotten the RDO hero, the Monkey King, unfortunately. Also sneaking through is going to be that Beastmaster. Now, this could still be a mid lane Monkey King, of course, but and for now, Winstrike, they're just to make extra sure, they're still banning RDO heroes.
Well, yeah, it could be a mid lane Monkey King. It could also be an off lane Monkey King. That has won this
good
before.
point. Good point.
Like Seb with a witch. But I do find that RDO is a pretty good Monkey King. However, you already let the Beastmaster get through. It's already.
Seconds remaining.
That's not great. Honestly, you have already a good hero to deal. Monkey King, which is
Dire team ban.
like, he's just an anti-carry, you know. Any hero you could have picked here as a carry was all bad against Beast. And now if you your pick is protected because you've also then you all struggle even more.
Yeah, and these anti-carries that you're kind of talking about, of course, are going to be super like what's a good word to use here? They're really going to be slowing or speeding up the game rather for Winstrike, which Bait hate, right? Because like these picks like the Beastmaster are going to put a lot of tower pressure. They're going to be able to boot the carry out of the lane super early. All these things that Bait hate, right? Because they like to play their draft. They want to play RDO, carry us the game, we'll win you the early game. That's hard to do when you've got a Beastmaster with an aggro book 2 at 8 minutes already pushing your tier 1. Like, it's what do you do? What do you do against that, right? It's so hard. So I just want to kind of continue pulling that point out, as we'll also see the Enchantress ban. So right now, what do you ban? The Dusa probably if you're Winstrike?
I mean, do you really
Dire team pick.
that's certain?
They are
I guess because the Beastmaster's lane, right? So that's why you think that
Radiant
probably
team
not gonna.
pick.
We'll see. Tusk is picked. Oh, interesting. Tusk plus Beastmaster. That's a tough lane. Very tough lane.
Yeah, I wonder what you do now here if you're Bait. Because you don't know the middle. Well, you might know it's a puck, right? That's not guaranteed yet. You can pick your position 5. The Ench banned. Chen as well has been banned, so there's no more like heroes that like to play with creep, unfortunately.
It's just Enigma 5 if you want to.
Enigma 5, yeah, thank you very much. And that's what they're going to do. Yeah, I was going to say that or the CM, but as we said last game, Enigma's kind of taking this role. And Winstrike are going to preempt, and they say, no, this Dusa, she's ours.
I like it, actually, because this stops the Monkey King from going off lane, which I think Bay was considering now that they picked, you know, and Monkey King off lane against Medusa is weak. If you go Monkey King mid, it's either a puck or something else, right? So you're also in a bad position there. And Monkey King carry, not the easiest lane either. Now, Bait, they tried up something different, and they go for the Phantom Lancer. So RDO, as a hero, he hasn't played this patch, but he has played this before. He's a good Phantom Lancer player, and it suits his playstyle as well. Also, really good hero against Medusa. Remember that Stone Gaze or Mystic Snake with Ags do not destroy illusions any longer. Nope. So you depend, when you play Medusa versus Phantom Lancer, it's like the old Drow versus Phantom Lancer, where you have to potentially build differently than what your usual hero builds, and you have to build at some point in Mjolnir with the split chart uses modifiers, and then you can deal with illusions. But until then, you're pretty much just super weak.
Yeah, especially once the Diffusal comes online, it's basically going to be using the Stone Gaze to run away from fights for the Dusa, at least for the first 25 minutes of the game, until we get a couple of those items like you mentioned. But that 25 talent is going to be real crucial here, because right now, the illusion clear, not too good here from Winstrike, right? Tusk is single target, Puck has a little bit of AoE damage.
Yeah, Puck is decent.
And the coil is super nice versus the PL, because it's not like you need to choose one target for that one. So that's at least a good sign here for Winstrike. And they still have what looks to be probably a mid laner or a position 5 to draft.
Yeah, it's hard to tell for Winstrike where they're going with the Puck, actually. The fact that you can flex a hero into 5 and mid is crazy. Puck and DP, this is the new meta, right? 5 and mids. They can flex those two positions, just very powerful. I feel like Puck mid is fine, though. I don't mind it either or. I guess you might want to just completely deny the Monkey King from why I guess they're banning the Bat Rider to protect them. What? But I do find that Puck here is going to be regardless. It's just the Monkey can deal with Puck nicely to some degree, because you can mischief most of the 3 orbs and the rifts, etc. So all the burst damage that Puck can deal, you can avoid.
Yep. Doesn't sound that bad, but sounds rather difficult, especially because, of course, if you miss it, well, then Waning Rift silence you, and then you can't get it.
I mean, it's not an easy lane.
No,
it's just doable.
Yeah, I get it. You're saying, hey, there's some outplay potential here, much like with Sleight of Fist versus Storm, right? I get it.
Yeah.
Get it. It's not easy, but nothing in Dota rarely is, especially when it comes to trying to get yourself out of those relegation spots. That upper division, that's not for free. It's both teams now to a game 3 we go, and the draft nearly completed. One more pick needed from each side. Oh, I don't know what you do. Maybe it feels so hard to run this Monkey King in the off lane right now. Obviously, it can't be your carry.
You just can't put it in the off. I don't think you can do that.
It's got to be
it's
a mid.
It's got to be mid, right? Like I don't imagine. If you run it in the off lane, I just think it defeats the purpose of Monkey King off lane, which is because you still have less team fight laners, right? You're not a force multiplier. Despite how good your Wukong's command is, it's only down.
All right, hear me out. Position 4 Monkey King, off lane Enigma. Pick a mid laner here.
You go Shaman 5.
I know that's also bad, but
I mean, you're still running him in the same lane, though, is the problem. I'd rather see position 5 Monkey King.
Okay.
And then go 4 Shaman. Buy some. Buy a mid here.
Buy a hero. Well, you actually technically had to do that when Dota started. Well, not an all pick, right? Not in Midas mode either. Back when it would cost
Radiant versus Dire, I think was the original.
Well, in Dota 2 even it cost you like 50 gold or 70 gold to pick your hero, and then if you random you got to keep it.
It was 200.
Yeah.
200.
It was 200. Yeah.
Why the randoming started? Yeah, it was a whole thing.
And now Ice Frog's like, take a mango instead.
Well, back in the original Dota, what you actually had to do was that you had to pick Dire, and you could only pick a certain number. If you're Radiant or Dire.
But then you just had to type in all pick.
Well, yeah, that's what AP.
Dash AP. Yeah. All pick mode, and
there's
now
also easy mode as well.
Well, it's easy mode maybe for Winstrike right now, because this Monkey just doesn't have a place in the draft, in my opinion. I mean, you can try and make it run.
They're banning mid laners because they know. Yeah, put your off.
I dare you. Especially because Winstrike here, they're in a great position with last pick.
I don't know what you do with. Honestly, I kind of want to flex at 5. Queen of Pain mid. All right, let's see. Please tell me it's Enigma. If Monkey King is so tough. I like the Queen of Pain pick. Well, no, I don't like the Queen of Pain pick. Why? If Puck could potentially go mid, now Puck is going to be picked mid. Sure. Right?
I mean, what? It's like the saying, right? Better the danger you know than the one you do not. Maybe they want to try and force the Puck mid, and you just pick a position 5 here that you're not really scared of unless it's Silencer.
Yeah, and then within Queen of Pain, maybe the idea is that you're going to flex her into put Puck mid, and then
I mean, my brain is too smooth to really go through all of it. I mean, I'm not Doctor Strange over here. Come on. I don't own 13 Rolexes. I don't even have one.
Is that what makes you smart?
Well, that's what makes Doctor Strange smart.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got that many Rolex.
Not a capital he has.
Yeah, because he's like a super brain surgeon. It was actually like kind of a decent backstory. Decent movie. Well, it's an interesting backstory.
Comic books are
right?
better.
All right, Winstrike. They are going to go for the Rubik, so they're going to last with the support. I thought it was going to be the silence, but the Rubik also works, so we should see the puck into the mid lane then, most likely. There it is. Rabel. Duster, position 5 Enigma. No, it's Sexy Fat.
Come on, guys. You just got it. You literally just got it. Put Monkey mid and then put Monkey Kuna Pain in the offlane, and you actually have a good draft.
It's too late. You cannot swap heroes anymore in Captain's Mode.
I don't care. Just
remember
play
Remember that one game where Arteezy played position 4 Phoenix on accident?
Yeah.
It's the only support game he's got on ticket.
I don't care though. I still think
that
it's
was
the right
TI
choice.
too, wasn't it?
I think
that
so.
was TI group stage.
Anyway, I still think you can run sex. I mean, dude, these guys, they can play any position, right? They're pro players. They can do mid. Can success.
If Schofield can play position 4 or so, you can play position 5 Monkey King.
No, just play position 2 Sexy Fat, and position 3 Queen of Pain offlane. It works fine.
What if that's the lanes they're gonna run?
And that's amazing. Great, do it.
Okay.
I hope they're baiting. I really hope they're baiting.
Well, we'll see here. It's going to come down to this, right? Because with a loss here, they are certainly going to be having to, at the minimum, at best, rather, going back through open qualifiers to get into the next season of the lower division. Winstrike here, again, with a win.
I'm hoping they're big.
You just want more games, don't you?
Yeah,
you want more
I want
tiebreakers.
tiebreakers. I want 5 days of tiebreakers. I want never-ending time.
Right now, guys, of course, the top 3 and the bottom 3 are not quite secure yet, given the fact that we've got 3 matches still remaining, including this one.
This is the clutch one that determines if there's double ties or if there's tie or...
I know, honestly, it's kind of crazy because even though we're in Eastern Europe, we could end up in Thailand. Wouldn't that be a mistake here on our road trip? We're driving through one day, it's Russia, we say spasibo, and then all of a sudden we're in Thailand. Crazy.
I am more ashamed by the fact that I exactly what you than by the fact that you actually said.
You did say Thai about 5 times in a row, so
yeah. So you make a Thailand joke right after.
It was pretty easy, like you were just setting me up. You were setting me up there. You gave me a softball question. That's what it's like here. Cute little squirrel into the mid lane, or an otter.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know, dude. We don't have weasels where I grew up.
What squirrels have you seen?
We got some big squirrels in America.
Mate, I have been to America. I've seen your squirrels.
You should see the squirrels on college campuses.
Okay.
College kids, they keep feeding squirrels, and you really shouldn't do that.
Oh my!
You should not.
They're not that big, dude.
They get pretty massive.
Have you seen the rats where have you seen the rats here actually?
In trouble. Yeah, I have.
That's bigger than your squirrel.
RDO is in trouble.
Oh, what an excellent.
Oh, wow, he jukes him.
How did you find out which one was the right one?
I don't know.
Like because obviously when you double ganger, one of the illusions stick hunting down. But I don't know how you did it immediately. Please don't run a Queen of Pain versus Puck, guys. Let the weasel be mid. Trying to memorize what a weasel. That's not what a weasel walks like. But
What do you mean?
They don't jump like that.
What do you mean?
It never has the 4. Like look, the 4 legs are constantly either in the air or all touching the ground.
The battle
It's a very inefficient system.
Okay, so they're scouting the mid lane.
Like this weasel's broken, dude.
They've scouted the mid lane, and Dendy, he's blocking for now.
They scouted that, yes, effectively Puck is going in the mid lane.
Okay.
And yes, good job, guys. You have a bad match.
They're contesting Duster here for okay, that's like 200 damage done by the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, but you took 2 idle on. That's pretty good.
Bad, I suppose. Now you're gonna be okay. So there's a tri lane early on. Wait, nope. They're just gonna play these lanes. They're gonna play these lanes.
I hope Dendy wins it.
It's not okay. It is gonna be Scream of Pain. Then
You have to.
Yeah, there's
you
no
can't
way
go
you
Shadow
can go for
Strike build with this.
that. Just seems a little bit too difficult.
Still not a good matchup for Quap, but you know, better than maxing Shadow Strike and with your Sisyphus, you know. Top lane. I can't imagine Sexy Fat having an easy time, honestly. The only good thing I will say about this lane is that you can avoid the Mystic Snake with the cooldown.
Yep, it looks like he probably did that once. Of course, you can only do so every so often.
Doesn't steal mana anymore, so it doesn't have any extra effects at the slow, so it just uses time. It's okay. It's not the... Monkey King can kind of make that lane sort of work, maybe. It all depends on player execution.
Dendy already kind of having a bit of a rough time here in the mid lane. Up to level 2, saving the skill point. It'll probably be in Blink, but Puck's pretty good at chasing you down here without having to really change up its build, right? Illusory Orb is always going to be taken no matter what, probably maxed first. Slight nerfs, of course, on Puck, but nothing really to make a difference.
Because your Puck is Queen of Pain. I wonder if in this matchup you question, of course, because the Orc is... you might go for the shard on Queen of Pain. I don't know if you've seen the shard. I mean, it's never been played in competitive, but it gives you a silence and damage once you in the starting and ending position. And it's a really good idea to catch up to a puck, to get immediate silence, etc. That's really nice. First blood here, but Monkey King trying to get a second blood. Fortunately, he is really bad at this lane.
Yeah, first blood as well. The bonus going to Jiracho, so couldn't ask for much better right now in that top lane.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a really interesting boon you can pick up here for the Queen of Pain.
I like it. Boon. Yeah, I think it's a solid one in this game particularly. I don't think it's that bad. It has some utility.
Oh wow, the damage to Yamich.
The only problem, of course, is the timing. Like, when do you get it? Do you get it minute 20 when you're still struggling to get like BKB Orchid? You know, do you get it like if you have enough farm, it's a good shard. But if you don't have enough farm, it feels like bad waste. It's a consideration only because of the puck matchup. Like, I think it makes this matchup a bit easy. Anyway, that said, by the way, the bottom lane is also not easy for guys at bait. Top lane, seeing Doracho suffering a fair amount of damage. Mystic Snake though will actually not giving that much mana. I was hoping for a bigger mana boon.
Dendi's not starting to have a really tough time now in this mid lane. Bottle delivered though, so this can now begin to turn, but the bottle should be on the way pretty soon here for Rabel, who's instead decided to complete one of the null talismans to be able to have a little bit more damage than Dendi here. So it's not really favorable trading for Dendi any longer, not only because of course Puck can jaunt and phase shift your attacks, but also of course now because you're simply getting out damage right click to right click. Be a tough time here for Dendi right now.
In the bottom lane, at least the Phantom Lancer is doing a job now. He's got enough levels, so it's not too awful there, right? I feel like the PO against the Beastmaster matchup is tough in the early, but once you get enough points into your Phantom Rush, you can deal with Burst nicely.
Yeah, and Duster alleviates the concern. Same thing as before, we go for level 1 into the Axis here to make sure Duster can't harass too efficiently from the trees, and also because there's no point in taking level 1 boars when Duster's just going to eat them.
Radiant's courier.
Cheshire Cat. Okay, we do have a doppelganger available, but I don't think they want to commit this. RDO will just let him go.
Yeah, they'll force the healings out at least for what, a Phantom Strike, sorry, the Phantom Rush with the... That's not that much mana wasted anyway for the salve. You're happy with that. Are they still fighting? No.
Level 2 boards, which means that Phantom Lancer now has to struggle. Level 2 boards, the big point of inflection master in lane, so now Enigma has to do his job, or else the Phantom... But as we expected, Sexy Fan on the top lane struggling to stay. Like, he can't even get close to the creeps, even when they're under tower, right? So it shows a lot about this lane. Well, Medusa's missed a fair amount of last hits. Considering how much space they've had, she's not doing too well either herself, but she is beating Phantom Lancer.
Yeah, she is. That's going to be the important sort of metric there out of this core matchup, right? If you get a great core-to-core matchup and you secure your lanes, it's not going to matter much if you don't actually use the space you're getting. RDO is starting to take a little bit of damage here, but again, he's still in a pretty decent position here. We've got Malefice, as they will get a kill top lane. Now Sexy Fat onto TSA. We've got Shackles up in 3 more seconds. TSA hoping for the body block, but yeah, nice Mystic Snake there indeed. They are going to have Shackles again, but it's too risky to go for it. Dendi was nearby if they had the opportunity. He's not even level 6 yet, though.
Actually, wasn't too risky. Broke vision. Yeah, he had the Shackles mid animation while going. That's why he couldn't get the Shackles off before he got on the tower, and then, as you said, under the tower, then yeah. It's a bit too risky. That's because Rubik is itching. Like, Rubik is a really good support for canceling any tower dives. He's just waiting for you to tower dive him, telekinesis him back into the tower, and you go, well, shouldn't have done that. Rainbow in the middle lane. Can they gank him with a shaman? I'm not... Dendi's done a really good job, though, of this.
Same play as last game, by the way. We'll see if they scan it out again.
Yeah, but this time Dendi has a blink.
Yeah, and this time they didn't put down the ward preemptively either, and the scan doesn't come through.
Oh, they put down the ward. Here, Puck just can't play the loser.
Oh,
that's efficiency, dude.
Steals the bounty, too. There's going to be no bottle refill, although we still have the DD rune available for Rabel. That's the problem, right? Dendi, he just doesn't put enough pressure here to force the bottle sips too frequently. You can see that one getting popped just based off of the time. They only last 2 minutes anyway before they expire. Rune's going to spawn top, and we might see a kill here with the bottom bounty rune for Yamich, as there's the telekinesis, the double stun. Dendi, he has the Sonic Wave, doesn't need to use it. We'll get that kill. Oh, now he's going to use it, and he actually does catch Rabel with this. That'll give him a little bit more space to live through the Dream Coil, but haste rune here for Rabel. Easy to be A-okay. Down bottom, though, in the meantime, with the Rubik missing, they are able to get aggressive and find a kill onto Cheshire Cat.
Nice.
Start from bait, 3-1.
Not bad. By the way, someone in the chat pointed out something else.
Yeah.
When you doppelganger, you can actually put control groups to each illusion, so you always get the same control group for the strong illusion and control group for the weak illusion, etc. which is something I actually didn't know. I thought the control groups would reset. Mainly because they reset on a bunch of other heroes. If you guys play Brewmaster, you know the pain that it is that control groups reset randomly on that hero. But yeah, that's really cool information to know. That makes sense. That's why they can always control the strong illusion and make it to that.
Oh, this is probably a kill into Phantom. Nearby is Jiracho, doesn't have level 6. There's going to be the Snowball. It's on the Sexy Fat. They can turn. Oh, Shards are actually going to save TSA here. With the Boundless Strike onto 2, which will force them away.
Good job. It's not bad. Then the managed to make this mid lane honestly livable. Actually, Puck did go and gank, and you know, he probably got a bit of gold as well from the jungle, so he's still beating him last hits. But I don't feel like then these two lane. The impact though is how much can Queen of Pain do against the Puck in the mid game. It's all dependent on the Orchid timing. Any co-op matchup really against traditional mid laners, you know, Thorm, Ember, Puck. It's all about the Orchid timing. The earlier you get it, the easier this matchup becomes. And the later you get it, the harder it is. Because if you get it super late, co-op needs to consider like BKB or Yule Scepter.
Apparently, if you kill a neutral creep and it drops an item using a Eidolon, it will not tell you which dropped it. It was bait. Bait are going to be having that. They have this Fated Brooch.
Pretty good for the Shaman actually, as the game progresses a bit.
Yeah, I think
for the Queen.
Yeah, they're probably gonna. It's on the way to Dendi now, I think, in the courier.
It's fine for her. Oh, is that a Mask of Madness? No, no, the courier item. Look at the courier item. Oh,
You saw it? No. That's okay. Jiracho might be in some trouble here. No, they're going to go for Panama instead. This is going to be the more guaranteed kill. Although, careful here. There's a rotating Rabel on the Puck. 2-man coil. Now TSA managed to dodge it, but has the shackles. There's Dendi that'll counter-initiate. Does manage to get Jiracho quite low, but they still can't find themselves a kill. TSA might have to just die here, but has another Hex to drop on a Rabel, who is 4 levels ahead of him, mind you. But Dendi here will be able to zone. Okay, the Puck, a 1-for-1 trade. Unfortunately, you lose Sexy Fat and you don't quite get the kill onto the Dusa. She lives. Bot lane, though, Cheshire Cat.
That was a pretty good counter kill, actually. If they kill Cheshire Cat with one last Spirit Lance, they have the Phantom Rush. That's enough damage. Spirit Lance to finish him off. The Necronomicon, though, before he dies, which means he didn't lose any gold. Big deal. As in the top lane, they might almost kill Rabel. They have Blink to follow up. Dendi, how much till a Blink? Is off cooldown. 6 seconds. Rabel has no mana, though. They can just chase after him. Scream of Pain, very close. He still has a phase shift, though, to avoid one last bit of damage. He uses that Scream of Pain with a Blink, and Puck can't react to it fast enough.
Yeah, nice play there by Bait. Big kill onto the Puck. That's going to help Dendi now increase his farm a bit more. He's able to get a couple of kills there, too, exactly. With his rotations down bottom, RDO, as well as Duster, they're reacting super well. As soon as they say as soon as they see Rubik on the map that's not bottom, they just immediately run at Cheshire Cat. And there's something you can do. The Boars, yeah, they might be level 3 now, and they are, but they're not going to stop a PL from Phantom rushing you. They're not going to stop Malefice. Like, it's all these things that you can just kind of fire and forget that makes playing this lane so much easier against Beastmaster.
Yeah, I find that the Phantom Lancer was a good pick for that reason. We're aware that Phantom Lancer is not only good against Beastmaster lane, particularly when the lane starts getting... when the Phantom Lancer has... But also, he's pretty good against Beastmaster in the mid game, because Primal Roaring the right Phantom Lancer. Rarely will he initiate without Doppelganger onto styling. And by then, getting the right Phantom Lancer. So I find that Bait... I mean, they kind of made up for this Phantom Lancer pick, and the Queen of Pain worked much better than I expected it to, not gonna lie. Sexy Fat also had a much more decent lane than I expected it to. Well, I don't feel like the impact of this Monkey King is going to be as great as the Beastmasters, but...
I mean, it is Dendi level 26 Queen of Pain, right? How many wins has he got here? Okay, he's got quite a bit. He's almost got that ultimate style.
Wins. That's it.
No, I know that's not wins. I'm just taking a look at how fast he's going to be getting that alternate style.
Fadius already has it. Does that mean Fadius is better than Dendi?
I've seen a lot of pro players that get that like probably a month after release, though. So, unfortunately, your progress in official matches is not counted, I believe.
Yeah, but then he only plays competitive too.
And that's true.
He scrims all day. He plays competitive all day.
Yeah.
Never plays pubs.
Never plays pubs.
That's 5, by the way.
Never plays pubs.
He's not particularly playing on.
You know, Dendi as well, the first one in the lobby all the time. Dendi.
That's true, it's true.
I always see first one in the lobby. In fact, I was like, are they going to play with RDO today? And they did. He was the last to join. But Dendi just sitting in that 5th slot there with the team channel in. And that was that. Duster, though, will get dusted down bottom by Yamish.
Stories about him. Like anyone that's ever worked with him in a tournament or met him. In fact, when I met him, only good story. The guy's a ray of sunshine. It almost angers you how happy he is and how nice a person he can be. Makes you question, it's like, why am I not like that? We both play Dota. Why does it make me toxic and it makes him a sunshine? So, you know, then he makes me insecure.
It makes him a sunshine.
Yeah, like just one unit of sunshine.
He turns into, you know, a Class G ball of hydrogen and nitrogen that's constantly combusting.
No, it's referred to Super Mario, to the shines. He just turns into like one big sun.
Oh, you have been playing that game recently,
I
haven't you?
have. Well,
Not so much, because there's been too much casting here, but hard to complain about that. Isn't that right?
Especially when we get to cast this ray of sunshine. Right?
Yeah, of course, there it is, full circle. But RDO, he's going to be booted up to the top lane. Taking a look at his net worth, he does have a good lead here, and he's closing in on this diffusal blade. In fact, with the last hit on the tower, he will have it. So now the Deuce's game is a bit spooky because they can jump her relatively easily here, even without an Aether Lens on TSA, who again is making this same smoke blade, but this time the smoke's going to run out. He doesn't care. He's going in for the kill. They're going to be rotating heroes in, but already Jiracho completely out of mana. Miss Coil is going to be dropped on the one, rather, I mean by that. Oh, the black hole now wants a two, but canceled instantly by Yamich. He doesn't have the spell steal quite yet, but it's not going to matter. They get the kill onto the Deuce, and that's what they came here for. TSA will drop. It's quite a heavy price to pay, though. 3 for 1. Sexy Fat is not really able to get too much involved there without the points in the Wukong's command. Yeah, good rotations out from Winstrike. They're going to lose the Dusa. That's not the most important thing at this stage of the game, though.
Yeah, the Dusa is okay. It's a good kill, right? But not worth this length of sacrifice, right? At least you're creating space from RDO. This is a game where, you know, consider the difference between this game and last game where they're dying. Yes, you died, but you died so far away from your carry that this is considered space, right? And this time, of course, Phantom Lance is also a good carry to use that space on top of that. So I find that Bait at least is taking the engagements in the right places, even if it's not necessarily the engagement, which gives them always a bit of a plus, right? No matter what they do or who they manage to kill or how well the engagement goes, RDO will always be farming, and that is pretty much the name of the game for Bait every single game.
Yeah, that's what they're looking to play. That's the type of game they want. And Dendi is about to have his Orchid finished up well before we get the Yule Scepter here for Rabel. So Rabel actually kind of fallen behind quite a bit. And that could kind of have a snowball effect on the rate this game goes, right? Because with Orchid and no Yules to cancel on the Puck is minced meat, really, right? Especially with the Fuse Blade now up and running for RDO. Not to mention the effect that'll have on the Dusa. I mean, it's going to be a scary couple of minutes here. So Rabel, he's getting babysat by Yamich to make sure that no one can jump him so we can finish farming this Yule Scepter. But Dendi should have the recipe on the way already. I think they can just smoke and look for a fight off the back of this.
We'll see. We'll see. Bait, for now, they're controlling the enemy jungle, right? So they're not too afraid of this. As long as they control high ground jungle, then they can just wait for an enemy to come in and fight them with a high ground advantage. You don't have Black Hole, but you do have Shackles and Hex. I think they're looking for pickoffs right now of your Bait. Trying to make your Monkey King work out. Oh, Monkey King not working out though. No. Just dying instead.
Yeah, DD run on Puck is a pretty free kill.
Pain stolen.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we've had that for a while. Level 4, increased cast range, a little bit more damage. Why not?
Well, you don't get cast ranging.
Oh yeah, because it's just around you. But yeah, I mean that's basically
I think it's bugged though. I think it still shows the cast ranging, despite it not being.
And it's basically like a level 1 finger. That's how much damage it is with the Arcane Supremacy. Only.
Really?
Well, level 1 finger is what, like 450?
Level 150 finger is 6.
Ah, good point, good point. RDO getting the kill top lane though. Cheshire Cat, he was so patient. He knew that there was probably enemies in the jungle, so he was chilling here because he wanted Necro Book 2. He's going to die at least with Necro 2 active, but he's a little bit behind the 8 ball as far as his farm goes. Alethis slowing down Jiracho.
You're not too worried about this. I mean, as long as you don't lose the Monkey King like that for free much, you know you can win that matchup. You already have the Fusel Blade, which means RDO.
You have trapped RDO for a couple of seconds, though.
That's not ideal. Oh, he finds a way out.
Yeah.
They actually released him.
Yeah, the creep break him out.
God. So, no bad team fight just yet. Winstrike holding the high ground. Same with Bait. Nobody wants to give up their high ground because they know whoever initiates loses.
Yeah, they're without Dream Coil, but only for a couple more seconds. So the only guarantee is that there's no Medusa Stone Gaze, and that's not really enough of an advantage for you to take a fight. Now that Black Hole is ready to go, we might see them change their tune as RDO continue to farm mid.
Interesting choice. S and Y for RDO opposed to the Monk style usually. So when you start with the Fusel Blade on PL, that means that you want to fight, not farm, right? Because Manta Style or Sanj Nyasha are better for farming. But if you go for S and Y, the idea as well is that you're trying to go for a non-illusion PL build, if that makes. Because I think you're worried about the Dusa level 20, which is the right choice. Duster. Okay, Walrus Punch. Orchid though, yeah, Duster is done for. Sorry, Tusk is done for, but Duster will also die
Rabel's
here.
damage.
Yeah, Rabel just murdered Duster. Pantomime as well. She's got in the backlines though, suffering to RDO. Necronomicon's a bit too slow. RDO just wants vision, so he can actually use the Spirit Rush or Phantom Rush onto Cheshire Cat. Doppelganger as well, and that should guarantee the kill. But RDO is all alone. Can they catch him? They don't have Coil though. Silence is good enough. Scream of Pain as well. He goes for the Rubik instead, takes away all his mana. Puck still full of mana, and there's a stun from Sexy Fat, not catching up to the puck. Stonegate instead used, and RDO is in trouble. He's going to die here to Mystic Snake, I want to say.
Yeah, and I don't think Sexy Fat's out of it yet, as they will hit him with the Waning Rip, looking at TP away, and they don't have the damage. And oh, just kidding, they do have the damage. Rabel, my goodness, this puck hits hard right now.
Yeah, 2 kills. I didn't think it was going to get so easily. Duster and Sexy Fat, and they were just super easy.
Yeah, RDO, let's see what he does die to.
Hole.
I don't know if you use it here for Pantomime, but you will use it if Jiracho gets involved or if Rabel jumps on in. With the Haster, though, it's a hard catch, as they're going to have to try and deny Pantomime. They will not do so. He's going to go to the Midnight Pulse instead.
Did he die? Is it was because of a high ground dodge, or?
Midnight Pulse.
No, I know, but like, high ground dodge is not. Why did Puck not hit him?
Because they ticked him with Midnight Pulse. They weren't anticipating.
I thought.
No, he didn't miss. Midnight Pulse ticked them for extra, but they were only expecting the measly damage from Shadow Strike, and they weren't expecting a big old chunk of damage. 6 points. But it's magic, right? Getting reduced.
Much.
Tusk? I mean, it ain't bad either, though.
60 damage.
60 damage is more than a puck right click.
It's factually, it's not.
Well, listen here.
Not even close. It's half.
Well, they got the kill, didn't they, using Duster? So
I'm just not sure.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you there. Clearly, I mean, Midnight Pulse got the kill.
Okay.
Did it not?
All right. Okay. TSA has snakes for the top lane, and Phantom Lancer might join as well. But yeah, drop snakes, but you don't want to commit. I guess it's just the we need space, desperate snake push.
Yeah, I mean, it's decent damage, right? The wagon's still alive, so it'll get a little bit more damage done. This is going to be
also
gold.
A bunch of farm, though.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. Lots of farm here to Cheshire Cat, as he's going to be able to clean him up very quickly, along with the boar helping him out. Bait now, they don't have that tool to fight with, but they do have a smoke, and they're going to be looking to invade the jungle. Deuce is completely alone in the mid lane, but she's not really worth the smoke kill right now. Instead, they want Rabel, who smoked up himself, but he's going to be able to get the jump on them. No, they find him, though. Malefice into another little stun, but he's going to turn with the Dream Coil onto 2. Black Hole is going to catch 2 of them, as that's going to be now stolen. Careful here, Yamich. He finds 2 heroes. TSA does well to get around it. Needs to hit him with the Hex, but no, he's going to walk into it the last second. Sexy Fat, though, will be eventually able to turn. TSA dying to the Necro 3. Down he goes. Cheshire Cat going to be able to get a kill from very far away. Dusa unable to have the damage or the impact she needs. She is going immediately for the butterfly.
They're going for the master as well. Another kill on Cheshire Cat. That's going to be 4 kills going the way of Bait, despite his stolen Black Hole. Pretty good Black Hole, mind you. Unfortunately, TSA there. It was like watching the like the third guy to die in the horror movie where he just gets caught by accident. It's like, oh no, guys, I'm about to save you, but I got hit by a random shot from somewhere. And he just dies there.
Like the first responder cop is just he's blasting and he goes, oh no, he's running out of the house and the cop and you go, oh no, it's social commentary and it's a good horror movie. You know, that sort of, it's like the end of Get Out, right?
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
Exactly, yes. I'm a TSA agent.
You know what? Here it is. It ties it perfectly. What a bit. Yeah, TSA just needed to get in there. Again, without the Aether Lens, though, the Shaman is a little bit vulnerable to some mistakes like that, as that'll happen, right?
It's not really his fault. You're very slow. Also, the Necros were chasing after him. Yeah, and he has to go around the Black Hole and Necros chasing after him with the Purge also used. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, Aether Lens is already done if he wants to just assemble the arcade boots.
He will. He's going to. He needs this increased cast range.
Yes, they're assembled preemptively. And with this, you should be able to fight, right? Like, you have the Orchid on the Queen of Pain ready, soon to have a BKB. How far is she?
We have Butterfly really soon, though. That's so scary, because obviously, I mean, PL, he doesn't build MKB, right?
No, you need maybe, honestly, it's not a bad game for a Bloodthorn on the...
Yeah, that's a good point, right? Because that does give True Strike. A lot of people do end up forgetting about that.
Because they forget about the item.
I think, I mean, I'm not going to lie, this is like a really bold play to make. But I think you need to go after Heart. Fine Rapier for the strike against the...
Honestly, it's not that crazy.
You know,
it's a consideration. I mean, maybe not this early. Maybe you want more items.
I agree, but I mean, regardless, right?
That butterfly is an issue.
It's going to be a big problem. Yeah, absolutely. The problem is, Is actually Orchid still the most, or sorry, Bloodthorn, is that still the most expensive item in the game? Because now
I don't know.
the Swift Blinks are super up there. They're 6,800, right?
I think Bloodthorn's around. Bloodthorn's 70.
All right, you know what? We're going to do the shameful thing and check the shop.
Oh no, it's narrow. They got yeah, Abyssal is more than that. Yeah, it's no longer the most. They get like buffed in that sense.
It did, yeah. All right, well, for now, it's the BKB for Dendy. That's absolutely a necessity. But Butterfly already completed for Diracho, so he's able to actually join these pushes now and be quite impactful. So a very scary couple of minutes here for Betas. We're going to see what they queue up. I agree with this heart absolutely from PL. But again, I think PL is like a damn good Divine Rapier carrier, especially with heart.
Yeah, he's not a bad Divine Rapier, especially with the... I do question with the Monk.
Okay, that's a fair point. I mean, Sexybat trying to have some impact.
Initiation here, silence as well. We don't have Black Hole to fight this. Sonic Wave though is available. That's going to be enough to kill off Yamage. They're going for the supports first. Duster's fallen, but again, no Black Hole's not that big a deal.
Dendy's
Wukong's
chasing.
command is just zoning out the enemy team as Dendy chases after the Tusk and guarantees that kill, but he might just die in the backlines. Dendy still silence, cannot blink away. He will fall. Sexy Fat lacks the damage to finish off the puck. He does get hit by the promo roar.
Does
The
Black
follow-up
Hole?
from the puck. Rabel wanting to guarantee this kill. Stonegate's even committed. Yule Scepter takes away his Jinko Mastery, and the Dusa just nearby to watch the Monkey King die.
Yeah, Stone Gaze, of course, that might get some... Pardon me, that might get some question marks in chat, but that was absolutely for Duster. Because if Duster wants and there's no Stone Gaze, yeah, he just black holes, and even though you are going to missing something like 30% of your attacks, with RDO having the just having Juxtapose rather, and the Diffusal Blade, that should be enough damage to potentially kill the Dusa. So that's way too dangerous, and this is going to be then another one fight for Winstrike, and that just goes to show how dangerous Butterfly is. I mean, the Dusa's not even a consideration for a target in that fight. They
But
can't.
to be fair, Phantom Lancer got stuck in the wrong side of the team fight. He knew he couldn't just together. He's waiting for the heart. I don't think it was the right place to fight either for Bait. And going back to the point we were making beforehand, why Desolator as his first? Really. Close, dude.
What?
No, the monkey.
What?
You click on the monkey.
Yeah, what about him? He's in the fountain.
Why Desolator first?
Do we need to be watching the Monkey King to...
Yeah, well, not necessarily watching it, you just...
I mean, but we knew he's already committed to Mythril Hammer, so obviously...
Well, you can still get an BKB.
Oh, sure, but I mean, it's
Please.
Sexy Fat, he's going to commit to this.
Yeah, but I wish he wouldn't. Because which blade is better and more efficient for... Blade literally only gives damage and push, which you don't...
Well, they're still making an effort here. TSA is looking to prove you wrong. Level 1 Snakes ready to go.
Oh, yeah, but if he's pushing, then Monkey King is certainly nowhere near.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's trying to split push,
He doesn't want to be anywhere near.
No, I'm just not that big a fan of this build. I don't understand what the purpose... You don't need a secondary carry, right? You already have a lot of damage to the Queen of Pain. Phantom Lancer brings a bit to the table. You need someone that's going to help you fight. Witchblade would help you in that sense because it extends that combo. If you were to go for BKB, at least you're powerful in the team fight, right?
Duster is pretty close to this Blink Dagger, too. I mean, I agree with you. I don't really see the reason for it either, to be honest.
Heart's finally finished up.
Yeah, we're going for IF Scotty next for Diracho, so he's going to be pretty tanky, and he's going to be able to reduce that regen as well. As we can see how much of an impact the Butterfly does versus illusions.
Can no longer send the illusion.
Yeah, or at least burn her mana and try and scare her away from the fight. That's not really an option for you.
Which is why Rapier or MKB are considered right now.
Yeah.
You don't really know what to do against. Very difficult game for the PL. He's going for Scotty, which I think is fine, but then if it's Scotty into Rape.
Yeah, definitely. The stats are always great, of course, again, for your illusions and for damage.
It's a good item, but you need to something against that evasion, and if you're gonna spend this next, like, probably 3-4 minutes for Scotty, right? 5-6 on it. Then you need to be able to farm Rapier right after. Rapier is no longer being impactful enough to deal with the do so. We're also not seeing a Bloodthorn on the Queen of Pain, which is more understandable. Honestly, this item is heavily countered by BK Silent or Spells, so it's not the best solution against evasion. Especially because she...
Yeah. Yamich as well is now a pretty serious concern in the fights, because as soon as we have Blink on Duster, he's going to want to be using that to go on in, but you can't do that so earnestly without having at least some vision on this Rubik, which is going to be even more difficult now that he's got Blink and the Aether Lens, so he's going to be playing this a lot like a Rubik, but like a Rubik that wants to get a false premise onto the Enigma. very weird way, because then he's going to jump right back in and black hole the enemy team like he did in that last engagement. Or this engagement up here.
No, Triple. We heard it in the middle lane. Catch the PL. Can it turn this into a kill? He has hard right now, but they have plenty of stuns. Righteous coming by. He's stuck in the snakes. They bring him out of the snakes. Thank you for the help, says RDO as he double gangers himself to safety. And that's going to be a wasted ultimates to be.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Dream Coil Power Roller, right? That's quite a lot.
And the snakes.
And you have Black Hole. You might want to fight this man.
Oh, hold that thought. Who they caught here? Thought I saw someone.
Dire's middle tower.
That was Dendy. Dendy with haste and blink. He was off my screen before I could even recognize who it was. He might go back in. He's got a 10-second BKB. Rubik in a bit of a bad spot right now. They're going to make the jump. As that ward just expiring is going to get him killed. Uses the Essence Ring, but it's not going to buy him any more time, unfortunately.
Wind Waker. Oh, Wind Waker is the most...
Oh, is it? Yeah, that's a very expensive item.
As an item that, honestly, I've seen once in a game. Whoop's Command, Shackles, Medusa, could be in trouble.
Black Hole?
See
No,
where they
not
lack
yet.
the damage, and Monkey King just doing nothing, dude. You need the PL with you. What is Sexy Fat planning on here? He's gonna die to the last bit of damage from Medusa. They even stole the Boundless Strike just in case.
Puck in trouble.
They did silence the Puck with the Hex as well. Shackles on top of that. That's a much better kill, so I'm going to be committed to this. And that's for them to retreat afterwards, unless RDO wants more. It was an okay engagement, right? In general, like I thought it was the time to fight, but RDO's not there. You just don't.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it does lead to, I guess, the kill on a Rebel. You get a buyback as well out of the Rubik, and you nearly kill the Tusk. So a pretty decent fight for Bait overall, but a messy one, right? I completely agree with you. Yeah, you shouldn't really be fighting without your damage dealer there. You can see Duster was eager to get the Black Hole, but again, without Rubik there and Rubik buying back, so obviously he's like, do it, I dare you, Black Hole, make my day, right? He's not going to be able to get that one down.
And then what ends up happening is that he had a nice little kill on the Puck, which I guess was courtesy of the initiation. Let's see if they can do this again, though. We still have Black Hole on Duster, but not if he's dead. Stone Gaze has been used. Roar is also available. Not needed, though.
Yeah, they just melt him there with the tag team.
Should Duster be the one initiating like
RDO's
that?
going back in.
He thinks of the opportunity for the Tusk, and it should be easy.
Okay.
The Aura could use. They stall from Aurora, though, so careful. Go to the target from Aurora from behind. They catch TSA. That's most of your initiation gone. So it's only Sexy Fat versus the world. Duracho is fighting against RDO. Butterfly saving for a while, but not any longer. Instead, they have to go for the easy corner. Sister Cat, can they take this kill? No. Diffusal Blade Purge, and Sexy Fat is just going to be left behind to die. Really, really sloppy fights by Beta.
Yeah.
They're not very consistent.
I don't think you can even team fight there, to be honest. I think you team fight there if, one, your Enigma is alive, or two, ideally both, right, of these conditions are true. But two, you also have Wukong's command. This is a great spot to be fighting right now if you're Bait, right, with Black Hole and Wukong's. Yes, please. A great choke point area. Unfortunately, that was warded the entire time by Winstrike, so that's going to be a minus. And then you can easily transition into Roche after you ideally win that fight, or you get too many ultis committed out from Winstrike. Unfortunately, they're a bit too spread out to start that engagement, and they're not able to actually take the win. And you can see, though, that they want to be fighting, but they don't really, it seems like they don't know how. They don't know where to go on. Cheshire Cat, he's sniping TSA with his Blink Dagger Roar combo. Tusk, even though he does die, yields another kill, so it's like they really want this like dream 5-man fight. They're not getting it, though. And I don't think you can ever really expect to get it here.
Agree, it's especially not like that though, honestly. Like if you start the fight with Duster initiating like that, especially going as I question, if Duster starts Blink Dagger at this point, sure you'd be setting in the backlines and you're kicking PL, second initiation, and then just going afterwards with the Black Hole, but he's not doing that at all. So that's a bit of a questionable play there by Duster in this. I understand he's a 5 Enigma, so he can draw more aggro than the 3 Enigma because you're not the win condition, but I don't feel like you should sacrifice your life like that either.
Yeah, his Monkey King, by the way, has completed a Sexy Fat. That is Desolator, and he's going to go back now for the Shard, which makes him extremely mobile with Tree Dance. We have now about a third of this Scotty completed, a little bit more now. We'll call it a half of this Scotty completed for RDO. And look how tanky he is already. He's taking the Phantom Rush talents here as well. He's looking good as far as his farm goes. He'll just send his illusions to die in a Roche. Why not? It's like your skeletons, you know, when you're Wraith King and you accidentally get Vision of Roche and they just run into die.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he's in Roche!
No! They go, no, get back here, help me farm the jungle!
It's true, it's true. It's actually quite a funny thing to watch, because all of a sudden you see the skeletons decide to aggro to Roshan for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, other than, like, you know...
Like all the creeps visible on the map, or the jungle camps, they don't care.
But no, your Spirit Breaker position 5 is charging and gets first hit bashed by Roche, and then your skeletons are like, revenge! No, please. Yeah, that's always a funny thing to watch. Well, speaking of watching Roche, of course, Winstrike going to have a really good advantage here thanks to the Hawk out from Cheshire Cat. So Bait, they're not realistically going to be able to snipe a Roche on here any day of the week. The items and the farm, it's still pretty close here in terms of the game. It really,
funny that Deuce is going for the...
well, you know, I think it's... Jenkins was saying this earlier when he was talking and paneling for over on NA, and I think he's completely right. I think this is an item that you kind of have to start considering now on cores. I think it's really strong, especially with the True Strike buff.
But Jenkins says like he's casting NA, where it's been the core item since like...
I don't know. I mean, the thing is...
Because Envy's in that region. Wherever Envy is, the Divine Rapier is always core.
I get that, but he also quoted, you know, he quoted some pretty decent scores and stats, you know.
No,
like,
he's completely right.
From this Arteezy guy. He's like, Arteezy's like, no, you should build this item. Like, sometimes it's genuinely like your 6th item, and then you go and fight.
It is a really solid item. Especially because carries just don't die that much anymore. Right?
It's
like,
true.
In the late game, by the time that you die with a carry, like 45, 50 minutes in. Rapier or no Rapier, you're probably going to lose that game. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
So...
Yeah.
RDO should consider the same thing.
You hear so many teams and panelists and like Kyle and Tigov, they talk about like, oh, you know, if the game goes past 45 minutes, usually teams don't like have that, you know, planned out, right? 45 minutes, 50 minutes, we can call it, is more really where you get like probably 90% of your games to end, both in scrims and in officials alike. So anything beyond that is always a little bit of a wild card. And that's when Dota really starts getting fun to watch, because you get things like Shaman BKB, you know, right? Where he's, help, someone cancel it. Oh man, do I really have to commit the roar for TSA? Exactly. You know, it's like these ridiculous plays that you don't really scrim for. And that's what I really love about late game Dota. It seems like we're kind of heading in that direction here.
Those Stone Gaze can cancel that shackle.
Good point. Very good point. If you can get it off.
Yes, I don't think the BKB is going to be that awesome this game. Stone Gaze.
It does force a little bit more heavy commitment other than a waning rift though, or just a telekinesis, so that is going to be the nice thing about it at the very least, because I think that's the real utility, right? No one goes, oh my god, 10-second BKB Shaman, it's over. You just go, well crap, now we have to do this to him instead.
Yeah, exactly.
And that frees up a little bit of lockdown that otherwise might be reserved for someone like RDO. And
who is going MKB, by the way.
Yeah.
I still like your Rapier idea a bit more. I think it's a bit more impactful. I think MKB is a bit of weak toss.
Me too, especially on PL. Doesn't feel good.
It's just like, I mean, the attack speed's still given to your loot. Okay, the True Strike, which is fine. Well, you're a bunch of people. Y'all. Or my favorite in Scotland, yous get the
two strike.
The tower is under attack.
I didn't mean to.
And of course, the Dusa is a classic Divine Rapier builder. Hold that thought.
And she's really solid with Divine Rapier. Monkey going to die. Though I question, are you with that sad? Oh, the black hole to do with the shackles on top of that. They're stacking their stuns, but still fine when they hit the Dusa. They've killed Pantomim, but that doesn't touch the Dusa at all. Duster will die for this. No fall of this black hole. She got a TP. TSA
stolen black hole.
The Hex.
They caught Dendy.
Stolen black hole for Dendy, but Dendy's still alive. Going instead for the Rubik, killing off the Rubik, murdering Shishaka as well. And it's only the Dusa trying to run away. She's gonna try to TP. Do they cancel this?
No.
They have Malefice? No.
No Malefice here, unfortunately. That was a long TP, but fortunately, therefore, the likes of Winstrike, they don't have actually anything to cancel it. Bait, they got to do Roche right now. Does RDO have buyback? No, of course not, right? So he does really need this quite desperately.
For people that die, dude.
Luckily, we committed everything there on the side of Winstrike in that fight. Great black hole that time around from Duster. They did double commit, as you mentioned, you know, on the shackles, which is going to be a bit of a tough thing to swallow here for the side of Bates. Careful here. Puck? No. Okay. No way. Blink? No. Just mistimed it there, unfortunately.
I'm not sure he wanted to jump in. I know he knows that if he dies, it's too dangerous.
The play was going to be blink in and then use the jaunt immediately, right? Yeah,
okay.
No, because he threw the Illusory Orb behind, but they just finished. They took a little bit too long to finish up Roche. If he heard that jingle, I think he would have gone for it, especially with the Shaman not there. It's maybe not that dangerous, but you never know.
We got Bloodthorn and Dendy.
I love it.
After all.
I love it.
I like
okay.
This. Yeah. So one side, I think Bates doing.
Me neither.
Then the Monkey King is.
Especially because I assume, you know, they're probably in a Discord or at a team house, right? And I'm sure they're like, who's going to build the True Strike? How do we solve this Dusa problem? Oh, okay, you're building Bloodthorn Dendy. Got it. I will trust you. I'm RDO. I don't say for buyback anyway, but I'm not going to get the Divine Rapier. That's what I mean. Like, get the Divine Rapier. You know?
That's true. If you don't say for buyback, you might as well.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the game, I just want. I mean, you know what? I have respect for this, because now actually what I would prefer to see and what I'd love to see after this MKB, perhaps, if the game really does go late, is Rapier. But on top of that Rapier, I also really want to see an Aghanim Scepter for the PL. I think it's great this game.
Dire's middle tower.
It removes it. Oh, is it?
Yeah, they changed it. That's why.
I did. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
then.
no, sorry. It's just it just adds the active ability so you get max ability.
Not that good then.
So you're thinking of the old axe.
I was thinking of the old eggs. Okay, there's
I was thinking that too.
Divine Rapier.
Now she has enough damage.
And she's got modifiers.
She doesn't even need the Mjolnir with this build. We have Rapier's damage for
Maelstrom into Mjolnir for the puck instead. So we're still
tough fight for them.
It is, yeah. They need to scout this Rapier ASAP, and because if they get surprised by the Rapier, that could be them out of the league. Okay, now RDO knows for sure. They've not pinged it, but I'm sure they're talking about it.
But Duster's in the trees, and Duster knows that he's a counter to Deuce. If he gets a good black hole off, he's still very relevant. They don't even care whether Rubik's stealing it, because they know that they're not. Like, their team fight is all the time haphazard and chaotic.
And
so,
everywhere, and the camera needs to be zoomed out. We need 4 cameras.
Yes. And, well, or one good one. Anyway. So Winstrike, because of that, is unable to really utilize the black hole as effectively as the Enigma can do on a that goes to this mother, you know. It's not very difficult to catch her +1. Yeah, don't let those hawks, don't let those pterodactyls come back into the game. We've all seen Jurassic Park. Take them out.
Get them out of here.
By the way, technically not dinosaurs. By like prehistoric birds.
Yeah, they are prehistoric birds. In fact, a lot of birds these days still have very pterodactyl-like beaks.
Radiant structure.
Very interesting to look at them. Anyway, speaking of beaks, nope, I can't segue off of that one, but Sexy Fat is going to be going now into the Solar Crest. I like this idea a lot better. Just look to buff your team.
I mean, sure, but it took you a long time to decide. This is the first time this layer's been useful.
Bottom tower has
Yeah,
At least he did go for the shard, though. I will give him credit for that one. The shard of Monkey's really...
You know,
the cooldown,
usually
the vision
you see something out of this out of NA, right? Because what's the famous Churchill quote? You can always count on the Americans to do the right thing after they've tried everything else. Right? And it's like, Desolator? No. Mantis Style? No. Solar Crest? Yes! Yes!
Richie's American, so he gets to say these.
I get to make the joke. Yeah, it's very true.
Sexy Fat. Okay. I got it, boys! The walrus has been stopped!
Well, they just can't. I mean, this Deuce or Rapier fighting.
No, I just thought it was funny the way that he just went boop, and then immediately that was it.
scanning.
I mean, use your cooldowns, right? We got Spell Prism. Not bad for the Queen of Pain or the Enigma.
And Enchanted Quiver is really nice for Dendy. That extra burst damage.
Yeah, I think I give it to it. If they're giving him already the... Just the same thing.
See right now, TSA is going to get the honor of holding on to the Timeless Relic for that debuff.
Really good.
Yeah, the Hex even a bit longer. Careful here.
Hope it works in the Hex, yeah. Okay. Beastmaster's gonna die. That's way too much damage from RDO. He's going for Duracho next. There's Rapier though.
Whoa,
so
careful here, RDO.
Seconds.
Coil.
RDO's been coiled. Someone needs to help him. Stone Gate's been used. RDO just trying to show his back. He's being a sassy boy. He doesn't want to be seen. And he averts the gates of the Dusa for long enough to just get away with Doppelganger. Sexy Fat considers his Wukong's command, but decides against it. It was too risky a play.
It's so dangerous. And Dusa here, of course, with the Hurricane, or the Dragon Lance rather, is just hidden from so far away that she wouldn't even been in that Wukong's command. Very, very tough fight. Now, they do force the buyback here out from TSA and out from Pantomime alike. So the game right now, game 3 in the balance. A close game here, a close series. Right now here with this Deuce of Divine Rapier is going to really be the biggest problem.
Yes.
They need to get, of course, the win condition right now is going to be lockdown, get this Bloodthorn onto Duracho, make sure they don't Manta it off. So that's, I guess, step number 1, pop the Manta style or just get the shackles.
BKB do this.
Oh, it's so hard, right?
I think you're much better off trying to Bloodthorning the puck, say, right? With the shackles or something on top of that,
yeah.
killing him quickly.
Yeah.
Because you have MKB on PL, so you don't need the evasion anymore.
Oh, Rat Dota here. They will be able to take a tier 3 tower. Sexy Fat, you madman. Careful here.
This Shaman is playing like when Fata was playing the TI6 game for team. Hiding in the trees, dropping snakes. TSA is having the same that game.
Yeah, he kind of is. Oh, shard
awesome
taken.
game.
Black Hole now has a little bit of a vacuum effect. Careful here. Mid lane, Dendy pops the BKB, but we do have that Sagan Scepter for Puck as well as the Mjolnir. In trouble here. Hex up is Jirachi, but they pull him into the snowball. Cheshire Cat now looking to turn. He's got the roar. Stone Gaze is back up as well as Black Hole, but Cheshire Cat just using that BKB to zone them away. 9-second zoning BKB. Duracho as well has to use his 9-second BKB to be able to escape, because that was a bit of a scary moment there for Bait. Sorry, make that for Winstrike, who, you know, realized Bait still has plenty of damage here. We've gone for the critical strike as well for the PL.
Wow, okay. Rarely do you see this talent, but sometimes for a bit of extra damage, not a bad idea, and against a Duke, so I think it's kind of justified. And right now, the biggest enemy of Winstrike is an enemy that, you know, there's tons of tall tales in Russia. They all speak about the ill of the high ground. Don't go into the high ground, my boys. They say one kid, one day, divide too hard, and then he went into the high ground and died.
Yeah, he rushed high ground and then immediately he was owned. I mean, it's a real dangerous
He was
part.
owned.
You know what all of that can do is now that we have Serpent Wards level 3 at the very least, is just TSA. He's gonna just kind of run around, drop some Serpent Wards. They have gotten most of the ranged barracks. One more Serpent Wards will be able to nuke that one down. Maybe instead they try their luck top lane. But yeah, this game, like I said earlier, is gonna be a bit drawn out here by this Divine Rapier standoff. Dusa is going to now have a full Mjolnir nearly completed. Does need 2k in surplus here for safety, of course, with that hyper. So careful, RDO.
Coil silence. The PL goes in and he just destroys the puck. He still Hex. Hasn't killed the puck yet. There we go. Rabel dies in exchange for RDO. That's not good. He does have buyback.
He's got buyback.
Richie, what is this?
Sexy Fat does not, though, and Dendy's will be able to get a nice little return kill there.
Is this
onto
really
Cheshire
RDO
Cat.
we're watching?
Yeah.
Did he actually save for buyback?
I think I think I can't believe what I'm seeing personally, but I agree with you. I mean, he's got it this game. They recognize it's all on the line, and this is Bait learning from their mistakes.
Guys, it's amazing. This is the final arc, right? The character arc. He's finally growing into himself.
The redemption arc.
Yes.
RDO here. Nice patience again from Duster. He just, no. That's not a good black hole. I don't think we can get this fight. We don't have the damage. RDO getting caught out yet again there by the Dream Coil of the puck. Fortunately, they at least get a 2 for 2. And with buyback here, and with Roche not responding, we'll see how long is this Roche going to be. I think that's going to really determine the next couple minutes of play.
3 more seconds still potentially spots, right?
Yep.
And we'll see. Raw giveth.
He taketh away. 2 minutes and 25 seconds. We're still in it for the long haul here. As
well, that's really good for Bait, though. They're like, woof.
Yeah.
He does not take us from us.
He will not taketh away our lower division berth. Not yet, anyway. Dusa going for the Swift Blink. That's going to be terrifying. Please go for the Divine Rapier play. I think that's the right play to make. But, you know, the thing is with the Divine Rapier is that you lose your ability to be playing like RDO has been for the past 7 minutes, right? I mean, he's been a victim of 2 Dream Coils already. And thanks to how tanky he is, you know, he's got 4250 HP right now. He's got a heart. He's got an Eye of Scotty, right? Strength treads there. So just everything into strength right now. But eventually he is going to start falling real quickly here if Dusa can get on top of him. That's the biggest danger. So I really would like to see this Divine Rapier out from him. He's now got the MKB online, so he does hit a lot harder. He's going to go for the Abyssal Blade next.
The Abyssal Blade's a good idea. I think before you could consider Basher or Scotty as well, because they're both Basher and Scotty fulfill the same role of being anti-carry items.
What do you get rid of though? Because I think Diffuse is just too useful this game.
Honestly.
Okay.
Or Boots.
I would say Boots.
Yeah, maybe Boots. Depends on how confident you are in your team. Without Boots, you kind of.
I mean, right now it's not seeming to make a difference because when you're held down anyway by a Dream Coil,
I guess that's true.
You're not really going anywhere.
I don't disagree with getting rid of Boots. Also, I
say get rid of the Boots, pick up the Divine. It's time.
No, I think Basher's really good. They're both really good anti-carry items, and right now Winstrike only.
Yo, careful here, Dendy, in a bit of danger.
Dendy just got level 25, by the way.
Radiant are scanning.
The other talent is such crap. Why would you change?
Dire are scanning.
I mean, it's nice-ish, right, with the axe, but it's so much. It's such an investment.
At level 25,
I agree. It's not like late game Quap was stopping all of my pubs, you know. I don't
right, exactly.
Like I agree with you completely here. Right now,
she wasn't even good when they nerfed it.
No,
they just decided that, oh, by the way, Quap belongs to the trash can for a while.
Ice Frog got beat by like a Quap spammer, and he's like, this hero sucks. Get her out of here. Okay, but Roshan here, he's going to be back up in 8 seconds.
I like the other talent, though. I think Spellblock is pretty game, especially for Primal. I don't think it's a bad talent.
Yeah, and Lincoln's here on top.
Yeah, it's always been a really good talent, the Spellblock.
Which one pops first?
I want to say it's the Spellblock, unless you put the Lincolns on top of yourself.
Oh, right, because you can do that.
But I'm unsure, though.
Okay.
I'm not certain about this. It's been a while since I've seen this.
Well, I'll have to click on Dendy in these fights.
Chat will correct me anyway, so what's the point?
All right, never mind. Monkey King, instead of going for Satanic, or sorry, for going for...
God damn it.
They just want to go triple core, dude. That's what they want.
But there's not really a core. There's like a half-assed core. This is the core that you buy, which is like has no branding on it. This is the cheap core you buy at the supermarket. Why? Why? Desolator into Satanic? Like, it's not enough for you to fight in the team.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's the build they've decided to go for it. I mean, yeah, you can't say that, of course, this game is not important because both teams, they definitely recognize what's at stake here. Dendy, by the way, with a Scythe of Ice, he wants this Aghanim Shard, so he's going to be going for the... Whose boon do you think that would be? A silence and damage, maybe like Aphrodite I could see, maybe, yeah. See that one.
Anyway, it's a really, really good... I think the shard is really good for the game, as I said. The difficulty about the shard here is that you don't really... Like, you don't really want to buy it early because here that already struggled and already has a terrible level 20 talent. But now that you have so much gold and you are... Why not, right? Sure, you can sell your bottle still, which is fine, but shard's going to give you an extra silence.
Yeah.
Never bad.
Plus, you know what? I mean, super edge case scenario here. But I'll tell you what, next level play from Dendy. Yamich, he steals a black hole. He gets a 5-man black hole, 4-man black hole. Dendy's missing. Dendy, he blinks in. Everyone in chat goes, "What are you doing, Dendy?" And then he silences the Rubik and they turn and win the game.
Everyone in chat starts spamming Dendy face.
Dendy face. Yes.
The legacy of Dendy face has started.
Pause is countered towards Winstrike. Please state the reason, of course, the admin.
Which means they're going to write just now, G, we're ready.
Yeah, that's usually what ends up happening. Yeah, but of course, the ESL admin's new official. Shout out to him, doing a great job.
Yes.
Not only administrating these matches here in Eastern Europe, also Western Europe. So,
by the way, the reason why this region doesn't often is because not everyone in this region is English, and even those confident with it, so many times just go, well, as opposed to trying my hardest to speak English in a game of hard,
yeah,
I'd rather just go.
It really can take you out as well, which is why the admins that normally they really just sit there and
they're very patient.
And normally they give like a 30-second buffer until usually PPD starts spamming question marks and then they have to step in, which is
the buffer is lower the more PPDs there are in the game, right?
Yeah.
No, but I agree. I think that was it's just one of those situations where you just need to fix Discord and you're already stressing out about the game because 45 minutes in, you're up against bait and you actually let them have their late game.
Yeah, you let them have the late game, and not only that, they've won game 1. It's game 3, so you don't even have that safety net anymore. And it's tough because bait, they can play late game lineups. This is something that we've been kind of critical of them, is stop always playing late game lineups because sometimes you don't always get there. Well, they got here this time.
Yeah. And now is the time to shine. But Winstrike is also a good late game team as well, right? They're best in the mid game. I would say that's their strength.
Both teams know that Roche is up now.
But they're a very strong team in the late game as well. Why they're going for how many enemy triangle?
Okay,
initiation by Dendy. You crazy Dendy. TSA is forced to stop the snakes here just for vision. Shackles well on the Deuce. TSA is doing this for the team. Who wants to help? They sacrifice Primal Roaches on TSA, which means they can gather Shishikat Soul, and that means that Winstrike will have a... Oh, no, never mind.
TSA doesn't have buyback, but there's the Bakey ending for Duracho. He's completely out of mana here. Careful for Duster, ready to jump in, but there's going to be a snowball. Who's it onto, though? It's going to be onto the Megas, and there's the black hole. He catches 2, immediately sides up, and stolen down by the Rubik, and it is... Oh, it's a beauty, ladies and gentlemen. RDO caught, but he's going to be still alive, able to fight here versus Duracho, but the Divine Rapier is too much damage. RDO does have buyback. They're not going to deny Duracho here. But Sexy Fat, can he turn? No. Okay.
That was crazy. That was too bad. Denny's trying. They're all going in one by one. The feed train is up, but Denny doesn't want to die anymore. Here comes the second round by Duster. They want to kill Duracho. He's low on HP, not that low. The mana now finally ending up, and DL does he have enough damage to kill him? He does get him. The right Reaper's on the floor.
He's got the rapier.
He has enough damage to kill a puck, and now go for the base master. You're under a sentry, son. You're not going to make it out of here alive.
That was a buyback.
Buybacks might just win the game.
That was a dieback out of Cheshire Cat. They can go for Roche now. They need to go for Roche. They need to stop chasing these kills. Go for Roche. RDO doesn't have buyback. Get in this pit, boys. What are you doing?
Oh, they're chasing after the Rubik. That was the wrong play. Sexy Fat, they need to help. RDO, you have the Desolator.
They know what's going on.
It's been useless this whole game except for now the Roche. It might actually be relevant that you picked up this item, Sexy
Everyone
Fat.
who's at buyback has used it except now for the Rubik, who's still alive. Great black hole steal. Duster jumping in, immediately getting countered, though. Dusa, she has enough money for the backup Rapier, though. We still do have that black hole, but for 90 seconds, I don't know if he's going to have another chance to use it here, as there's Divine Rapier number 2. RDO now holding on to his own, so he can really take it to the Dusa now, folks. This is no joke. It is now just about 50-50. 16k net worth lead here in favor of Bait, but RDO, be careful here. We do have a Dream Coil ready to go and an Aeon Disc now for the puck. For now, though, Winstrike, it looks like they're going to be able to get this Roche on.
Well, I don't know if you can allow them to have this. I mean, I know Enigma's not here, but they don't have initiation either. You might just need to go for the String Coil. Okay, it catches Dendi. There is an Axe, though, so that big KB's gonna save that from some of the damage. He might still die, though. Sonic Wave.
Doesn't have buyback. That's a dieback, yeah.
RTO versus the world. Can you do it, RTO? Stone Gate?
TSA's
No!
dead.
He's turned to stone. He stuns the Rapier, though. Goes
Abyssal?
in with the Abyssal Blade. RTO's been stunned for too long. He's gonna lose the Abyssal. That's
still
going
alive?
to be a dieback. Doppelganger to get away. RTO fights to the end, but that's
it.
not going to be enough.
That's it.
Winstrike just pulled Bates hard out and ate it.
Bottom barracks are
There's
under
no
bottom
chance for Bait any longer. You have
No.
double Rapier on Dusa. She's the queen of the swords. Aurora Noah.
It's not, Rapier's not a sword, but absolutely right.
don't
What a team fight out from Winstrike. Unfortunately, Bait, they had it. They had it. They were right there. The upset probably of the entire
so
league.
close.
Could you imagine what all the Dendi haters would be saying? They'd be out Dendi wins 2 games, 1 versus what was at the time the top seeded and the top ranked team right now in the lower division to maintain and potentially even ruin Winstrike's chances. But Winstrike, they show that they're at the #1 spot for a reason, as they are able to out-team fight, outmaneuver, and currently outplay Bates, who do not have buyback here on 3 of their cores. It's going to be up to Duster and soon TSA to hold them off, but the double Divine Rapier for Diracho is going to make that a rather difficult task.
You go for tier 4s. You don't even have leveler. You don't need it.
That's
dude.
it.
There's the glyph. All right, the one last play, dude. Black hole into snakes.
They're going to have to
Duster
try and make it
TSA.
work here. Of course, they're just going to keep Yamish far behind, ready to count. He's got his own black hole ready to go. I don't think this one's possible anymore, Alva, but they're going to give it their all. Winstrike, though, they know they're on the cusp of punching their ticket here to the upper division with this 2-1 victory. As there we go, the black hole from Yamish. He's going to beat him to the punch, and that's it. That's it. Strike the colors, throw in the towel. RDO's going to call it. Bates, they will fall to 1-6 to the hands of Winstrike, who will get 6-1 then. That is going to be upper division for Winstrike. Very well played to these guys. Bait, they really brought it this last week as well versus what was the toughest opponent. Unfortunately, it's still going to be and relegation for them.
That's unfortunate to Bait because that's the